sit and write it down. Then you gotta teach about freedom. Gotta win it, gotta put yourself smack dab in it. Hey, tomorrow, it goes away. On the freedom, just might come away.
With the Republicans being so pro-Israel, why are so many Jews in America loyal to the Democratic Party? I think because for a long time with the old line Democrats, there was a bipartisan consensus of support of Israel, of rejection of anti-Semitism. Unfortunately, there's a very dangerous new strain amongst young left-leaning Democrats who are now advocating for the BDS movement, openly anti-Semitic, and you're not seeing the leaders of the Democratic Party call them out. So we're moving to a point where if you're a Jewish Democrat here in the States, you can't just assume that if you're a liberal, the Democratic Party will be pro-Israel or pro-Jewish issues. That fracture is new.
It was a bipartisan vote against support of BDS. Does that matter? How does that factor?
That matters because the old line leadership of the Democrat Party today is still largely pro-Israel and anti-BDS. But in universities, in colleges, in elite circles, anti-Semitism and anti-BDS is rampant, and it's becoming the future of the Democrat Party.
You just can't abuse it. Freedom, get moving. Never gonna stop till everybody moving on. Love for one another. Call it some friend and call it some
brother. Want to get it off your chest? Call the Dave Weinbaum Show. They accuse this show of being run by boobs. Well, let me tell you something about us boobs. We're real and we're spectacular. Want politics and fun sprinkled with a lot of laughs? You're in the right place. Heard in 50 states and 98 countries, now in its 11th year. The Dave Weinbaum Show is on the air. The Democratic Party has morphed away from pretending to be the friends of Israel and Jews all over the world. They did this by ceding control to the Muslim jihad of socialism and Jew hatred from a couple of Democratic congresswomen. These women and all their genocidal ideas and Jewish tropes are also including Christians who are being thrown under the bus for their support of the only Jewish state in the universe, deeded in perpetuity until the end of times by God himself as recorded in the Bible. Now the likes of the Squad, and especially Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar, who lied and cheated to get elected, and the rest of the Squad are the face of the Democratic Party. Trump, the father-in-law to observant Jew Jared Kushner, and father to Jewish daughter Ivanka and 3 Jewish grandchildren, has been wrongly labeled as an anti-Semite by Dems for years now. He challenged Jews not to vote for the obvious enemies of the Jewish people in this country. Those are Democrats. And why any of us Jews would want to vote for anti-Semitism is baffling to many and to me. Trump is right. We should all, including Christians, Jews, moderate Muslims, other people of color, hashtag walk away, hashtag Blexit, hashtag Jexodus from the racist, anti-Semitic party until the only people left are the likes of the squad to mutter their hate to themselves. Never give up, never let up, and you'll never let America down. Hi there and welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. I'm here with radio legend Stan Hines, and well, my wife is late, but she's late for a reason. I forgot my phone.
Uh-oh.
And we've got our first caller. I have no idea who this is. Hi, JJ. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is JJ from beautiful Rolla, Missouri.
How are you today, my friend?
I'm doing well, and I hope you are too.
Well,
As
yes.
usual, your monologue stole some of my thunder.
Well, I'm sorry about that, JJ, but I know you can add to it.
I think I will. Tlaib and Omar have slowly become the face of the Democrat Party. They got the FaceTime, they've got the sound bites, and of course, these folks are way left radical. I think they've left the balance of the Democrat Party, particularly the moderate Democrats, sitting and wondering what happened. Their party's been hijacked by these folks. AOC, of course, had a hand in that too. But if you look at the Democrat Party as a whole, there's still a lot of moderates out there. I don't claim to be a Democrat or a moderate.
How would we know that? They don't say anything.
They don't. Just like the majority of conservatives don't say much. They sit, they watch, they observe, they absorb. Most people are like that. They're not activists. I guess you and I would be activists by that definition, but they vote. All of these folks, including the moderates, they vote. And I think when it comes down to the 2020 elections, the Democrats are going to find themselves badly splintered, and I suspect the conservatives are going to make some gains. I can't see how that could happen otherwise. The majority of people in this country are not radical, and I think they will vote moderate. And if you look, the Republicans are looking mighty moderate, and the Democrats are looking mighty radical. What are your thoughts about that?
My thoughts are what you referred to earlier is that, the Democrats, well, they're just not saying anything. The moderates are not saying anything. And my point is that moderates who don't believe in what's going on need to speak up because the bullies are having their way. And when the bullies have their way, genocides happen. Genocides are not just happening to Jews, or it didn't just happen to Jews, they're happening right now in the Middle East to Christians. And it's getting rough in Europe, too. Getting very rough. We're going to be talking about that with the Rabbi and others. I've got a gal on the show, Liz Cabrara, coming up from Miami, just went to Europe. And interestingly enough, she was scared to death to go out at night, or any other time for that matter. Why? Because of jihadist activities in Europe, in Spain, and other places. Not safe anymore. Who knew? All right, so...
Well, who knew?
So, if you want more of that, well, just sit around and coddle it, and, there's Jews out there backing these women. I mean, it's so weird to watch that. There's no explanation for it.
That amazes me. And of course, France and Britain have pretty much been taken over by Muslims of various flavors, and I don't want to see that happen in the United States. And I am aware that the Jews and Christians anywhere in the Middle East, and certainly parts of Europe, are not particularly safe. How much that has changed in the last 15 or 20 years. How we've been invaded, and it's been kind of a quiet invasion.
Well, do you know where the safest place in the Middle East is, or in the Middle East is, and Europe is for Christians, Jews, and Muslims?
I would think Israel.
They're free to spew their hate. as long as they don't kill anybody, Muslims, and they have the rights to go to mosque. They have all the rights to celebrate their holidays, as do Christians, and they are protected by the IDF, unless they're, of course, killing Jews. Okay.
Look at what Israel has had to do for security to accomplish that. There's a lot of profiling going on. I wish we were doing more of that in this country instead of the security theater that we have going on. You go through airports. I don't. I avoid that. But what you see in airports is security screenings that are all theater, nothing to do with actual safety. The Israelis do it right, and I wish that we had adopted some of their policies in that regard.
I've been through Israeli security in Tel Aviv, and I can tell you that you're right. It's nothing like you get in the United States airports where you're examined, you're X-rayed, subject to strip searching and all that. The Jews do it differently. They ask you a few questions, and by that they can tell they can absolutely tell who's a risk and who isn't. Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, they profile.
Yeah, profile. Exactly.
We've abandoned that in this country because of political correctness, and I think that's so wrong.
Yeah.
Here we are strip searching 89-year-old grandmothers at TSA checkpoints, and they do it the smart way. They see a shifty-looking, bearded, Arab-looking fellow. They say, "Hey, we want to talk with you." Fair enough. Well, I have one more item, one more subject, and that is that's Jerry Nadler. Jerry Nadler is trying so very hard to appear to be relevant. And he's failing at it. Of course, he says, "Well, we're gonna start some proceedings and do some investigation with the desired goal of impeaching Donald Trump." Well, where have we heard this before? The man is he's sticking his neck out, and of course, Pelosi says, "Don't do that." And he is insisting on going ahead.
He's going to get primaried. Here it is, JJ. This is about keeping his job. He's going to get primaried from the left, from a AOC type person somewhere who's going to be way out there, but possibly get elected in New York. It's New York City, and he's worried about that. So he's got to appear to be strong on this. He came out this morning with a statement decrying not only Tlaib and Omar, but also Donald Trump for anti-Semitism. They're actually grabbing on what Trump said as anti-Semitism. It baffles me how that could be, but hey, it is what it is. JJ,
any reasonable definition of anti-Semitism doesn't include what Nadler's talking about. These folks have, that's the way of the left, is redefine. Always redefine it in your own terms, and if you repeat that enough, people are going to say, "Yeah, that's probably fact." So anyway, those are.
Well, thank you,
my
JJ.
0.02 for today, and God bless you, Dave. Keep up the good work.
Well, thank you for being once again the opening act on the Dave Weinbaum Show. JJ from Rothchild, thank you so much.
Thanks, JJ.
All right, and we're back on the show. And what do you got for me, Stan? Sicilian mobile. Never be hands off when people ask you for one. Forget about it. Well, let me straighten that out, because that could be confusing. You don't cut your hand off to give it to somebody. Not really. Although we've used that at times. There are times when it's necessary, and we make a point. Of course, on that one hand, they have no finger to point anymore. And that is the point. But this is alliteration. This is language here. We just, you don't want to cut off a hand. You want to lend a hand.
That's right.
In other words, you want to be nice to people. You want to be loyal to people. Or else, well, there's the other way to handle the hand, isn't there? All right, we're back in the show. Thank you, Stan, for an astute use of the Sicilian moment. And I tell you what we're going to do. What should I do? I think I should give away a MAGA hat, a backwards MAGA hat, so that our audience can have the joy of wearing a MAGA hat, but going out in public and confusing the enemy. I think even Antifa looks at it and they just don't know what to make of it. It's a backwards MAGA sign.
Yeah.
Just got to watch out for Antifas who happen to be dyslexic.
Well,
because they can read it, you see.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to give one of those away. And call the show. We're going to give a McDonald's gift card out. How about $35
All right.
on a McDonald's gift card? Boy, our food is good. I love our food. Call the show. 573-364-4433 and get it off your chest.
I am for open immigration, but that sign we have in the front of the Statue of Liberty, give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses. Can't we just say, hey, the door's open, we'll take whoever you got? Do we have to specify the wretched refuse? I mean, why don't we just say, give us the unhappy, the sad, the slow, the ugly, people that can't drive, if they have trouble merging, if they can't stay in their lane, if they don't signal, can't parallel park, if they're sneezing, if they're stuffed up, if they're clogs, if they have bad penmanship, don't return calls, if they have dandruff, food between their teeth, if they have bad credit, if they have no credit, Mr. Spot Shaving. In other words, any dysfunctional, defective slob that you can somehow cattle prod onto a wagon, send them over. We want it.
All right, that was Stan, the man, coming up with two. Isn't that fun to have some seriousness and a little bit of laughter?
Absolutely.
A little philosophy thrown in there, a little Sicilian philosophy thrown in there. Really Sicilian, American, Jewish, everybody's sarcastic, you know?
Didn't you say DeAnna Lorraine is Sicilian?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
You know, one time I remember I was 21 years old. I was selling life insurance in Denver, Colorado, right after college. And even the Arabs and the Jews have similar senses of humor. Mm-hmm. If you cut out the hatred. I went in to see a business guy who happened to be a Palestinian. All right? And it was right at the time when Palestinians were sending out these bomb letters, these bomb envelopes.
Really?
So that when you picked it up and tried to open it, it exploded. So so I agreed to get a proposal to this Palestinian business guy. We seemed to get along pretty good.
Yeah.
So I made up this envelope that was very bumpy and very, kind of stuffed. It looked very suspicious.
Yeah.
And I came to his office looking nervous, and I handed it to him, and I said, here's your proposal. And I said, I have to do something right now. And I ran out of the office. Thank God he laughed.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't open it, but you got to have some humor. And there is humor to be shared. There is a lot of commonality with Jews, with Muslims, that we try, okay? Jews want to get along.
Yeah.
But the radical Islamists will not allow that to happen.
Right.
Plenty of Jews and Arabs get along in Israel. But they are scared to death. The moderate Muslims, the moderate Arabs are scared to death of people like Rashid Tlaib and Omar who will beat them back.
Yeah.
These gals are all connected to who? Louis Farrakhan, one of the biggest racists in American history.
Yeah.
Who's also tied to, surprise, surprise, Barack Hussein Obama. All right, we're going to take a break right now. Let me tell you what we got on store for you today. Speaking of huge, we've got Rabbi Moshe coming up 9:30 to talk about what we just talked about. Laura the Illuminator running for Congress, and guess what she did yesterday?
What?
Well, you'll find out when we talk.
Oh, okay.
But it happened just yesterday, and it involves one of those congresswomen. We've got Liz Cabrara coming up. Oh, my goodness, is she hot. She's the fiery Latina from Miami who is fighting Twitter as we talk.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we got DeAnna, Lorraine, the matchmaker, also running for Congress against who? Nancy Pelosi. And we got the brilliant Ph.D. from Boca Raton, the better half of the Hakim family, Hakim marriage, Dr. Amy Cooper, Hakim.
Yeah.
She's always a hoot. So stay tuned. We got a great show. Call 573-364-4433 and get it off your chest.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Reality check number 22. On a scale of 1 to 10, shouldn't customer service be an 11? At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. Walk into any Town & Country and you'll feel welcome right away. We're your neighbors. If you're a customer, we'll probably even call you by name. It's just what neighbors do. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Shadowwood Pet Resort. But Ralphie tells me only on their supervised nature trails, and it's back to their warm and comfy condos with food, water, and treats for any length stay. And they separate dogs by size. Now a condo for cats in a different room. Great assortment of food, toys, collars, and bowls. Tell them Ralphie sent you and get a free treat. 368-4866. That's 573-368-4866. 11420 Cedar Grove, where your pets might be having a better time than you.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, food equipment repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
The strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The all-new 2019 Silverados have arrived at Fairground Auto Plaza. Get 0% APR for 72 months or $9,015 in total value on the all-new 2019 Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71 for well-qualified buyers with GM financing. Check out everything Fairground Auto Plaza has to offer. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla for full details. Chevy, find new roads.
When it comes to making travel plans, Trips and More Travel Agency of Rolla has skilled agents to help you plan that perfect getaway. With over 27 years of combined experience, the agents are dedicated to providing you the highest quality of customer service, specializing in custom travel, family vacation, and destination weddings. Trips and More can make your vacation unique and fun. Stop in today at 116 West 8th Street in Rolla or call 341-3300. That's 341-3300.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
The Jews are not single-issue voters.
Exactly.
But for Democrats who are liberals, they could at least assume the Democrat Party was pro-Israel. You can't make that assumption anymore, so they might change.
It's even, I just wanted to pile on at the end of yours because it's even a little bit more simple than that. You have
two members right here who support a movement. Now, we're not talking about words. We're talking about actually going out and supporting a movement that wants to wipe out Israel. And then you have their party not calling them out specifically for wishing Israel gone from the map. That's not anti-Semitic. That's not words. That's not, I don't like the far-right Bibi Netanyahu government. That's, I want these people wiped off the earth. I don't know how you get more anti-Semitic than that, and you don't have Democrats saying you wanting Israel gone and moving towards it and trying to drum up support for that is bad and wrong.
Now, I don't know how many else of the Democrats have in their offices, their government federally paid for offices, which are taxpayer funded, but they have maps up of the Middle East where they have cut out a portion and labeled it Palestine and put it in place of Israel in their offices. What does this say to you? How did this happen? Okay? It shows you how quickly putting gasoline on the fire of hatred of Jews can work. And people who just sit back and try to write it out can end up like they did in Nazi Germany. 6 million of them dead in a fairly short period of time. And they never saw it coming, except that there were steps. There were steps from the 20s to this. Even people like Einstein got out. And he was one of the ones that understood what could and would happen, as he saw professors from who were on staffs that were taken and put in jail because they were Jewish. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chester from north of Doolittle.
Hiya, Chester. You got 2 minutes because the rabbi's coming on.
Yep, going to be short.
Okay.
Want to point out exactly the point you were making, except the steps have been in front of us much longer than we're thinking. It's not just these the squad of four. We had an entire 8 years of a president who was anti-Israeli, anti-Jewish, anti-Semitic, who supported the Arab Spring, which was to overthrow the entire Arab region with Muslim socialism. He supported the Muslim Brotherhood to the end. During when the Israelis were threatening to go after to defend themselves against threats from Iran, it was President Barack Obama who ordered the military to be prepared to defend Iran. Don't forget about that, or does that ring a bell?
Oh yeah.
If the Israelis were going to launch a strike against Iran, they would have to pass through airspace that we would have been defending. Absolute insanity. And of course, don't forget how he allowed Libya to just simply collapse and even let Omar Gaddafi fall into the hands of the terrorists.
Yeah.
Because that was probably done by intel from the American side.
You know, I've been writing about this since 2005, and before that, too. But I've also had the radio show started in 2008, and we talked a lot about that. Yep. And you're right. Yep. Yeah, we shouldn't forget about where it started. And I believe that a lot of these these Muslim congresswomen possibly were part and parcel of people that came before them who happened to be jihadists and America haters.
Well, yeah, he's the one who helped everything lift all those boats. It was, and again, I'm not saying he's Mr. Evil on his own. He's the puppet master. He's the puppet who's being held by the masters. But we've been going through this for a good long 8 years already under the previous administration.
I don't think you're giving him. I don't think you're giving him enough credit, and I think you'll find out in coming months on the coup that he is actually more of a puppet master now. In terms of being the puppet to the Islamic world, to the Islamic jihadists, I would agree with that. But in his own, he's doing a lot to push America over that way.
Well, yes, now because he's made his millions. By the way, he's buying that about buying that $14 million mansion on an island somewhere.
Well, wow,
Cape
15
Cod.
million. And now it's 14 million?
15
Man,
million,
we should have bought it out from under him, right, Chester? All right, listen, I got to go, my friend. Hi to
Bye-bye.
Martha. See you later, I hope. All right, we're going to be, we have another caller?
No.
No, okay. The rabbi's coming on any second. Let's start his song so that I can be ready for him.
Yeah, 1 second, Dave. You were talking to another rabbi? Sounds like you're cheating on me.
No, actually, I'm cheating with you on him because he was the first rabbi. Listen to this. I got rabbis fighting over me. This is kind of weird. Ladies and gentlemen, this man travels the world uniting Christians and Jews. The second most powerful in Israel and his own home, according to his wife, Yonit. The official rabbi to the state of Missouri and to the Dave Weinbaum show, calling all the way from Israel, Rabbi Moshe Rothchild. Alrighty. Hey. I think there's a few Palestinians applauding for you, too. Wow. I'm amazed every week at the kind of reception you get.
Yeah,
hey,
good for my ego.
Let's see. According to Mark Levin, the Talib family in Israel, or they call it Palestine, is living high off the hog. If you take away the unkosher tenets from that little statement, and they're in Israel. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Right. In other what Talib has done is used her grandmother, as she put it, her city, her grandmother, as a tool in this political battle, and it's obvious, as our minister, I think, of the Interior said, that she hates Israel more than she loves her grandmother, because she could have come to see her grandmother on humanitarian grounds, but she decided not to because she doesn't care enough about her grandmother as much as she hates Israel. Her grandmother.
Well, but let's go back a little bit. I'm going to have a CBS person talk about this because while she was first of all, there was a congressional delegation that she could have gone with. Instead, she chose to lay back, her and Omar, and be accompanied by this group, MIFTA. Are you familiar with that?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. And this was a totally anti-Israel, wipe Israel off the face of the earth organization that they wanted to go with instead of the United States congregation. And when she did write letters to the Israelis, she would call it Palestine. And then when she got turned down, she wrote this letter about seeing her grandma, and that she would not do any politicking while she was there against Israel. What does Israel do? Okay, they called her bluff and said, sure, that's fine, no problem. And then she changed her mind. Why is that?
Well, again, because she never really had any intention of coming here and painting Israel in a good light. And Israel letting her in to go see her grandmother would paint Israel in a good light. Exactly. Because her hate for Israel is far greater than any love she has for her grandmother.
So she didn't really expect Israel to say yes, did she?
I don't think so. I don't think she did. But instead of sucking it up and just saying, look, I love my grandmother, and I'm going to go, even though I have all my issues with Israel, but, my grandmother's my grandmother. I don't know if I'm going to ever get to see her again. She's 90 years old. And instead of saying, okay, you know what, I got to do what I got to do, she said, you know what, I hate Israel far more than I love my grandmother, and said, you know what, if I can't speak my mind against Israel, then I'm not coming to see my grandmother. that's what she did.
Yeah.
She put politics and ahead of the love for her grandmother. That is not normal. People don't do things like that. And that is exactly why it was a problem here in this region when our prime minister in 1970s, Golda Meir, a woman, she said, and the Arabs love their children more than they hate Israel, we will have peace. And this is a perfect example of it. Now, let me just say something about where her grandmother lives. Now, what a lot of listeners may know, and other people listeners may not know, is that the town where she lives was actually an ancient Jewish town mentioned in the Talmud some 2,000 years ago. This is not like some town that was founded by Arabs, and she's living in an area that was an ancient Jewish settlement, an ancient Jewish town. Not only that, the pictures originally posted of the grandmother shows pictures of the beautiful city she lives in, and then when this whole thing, this whole blowout, they start to post different pictures of her with different backgrounds in order to meet the political story that Israel is the suppressor. Yeah. And we know pictures can be worth more than 1,000 words, and that's exactly, they lost the propaganda battle because they didn't get to come. So now they're using the grandmother.
Yeah, but Mark Levin put that to an end when he found their Facebook pages, and they were living in, they're buying new cars, they're living in mansions.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Ilhan Omar, who is not born in Palestine, she has no, or Israel as it really is. She blames Israel for the Palestinian Authority attacking Arab gays. Now, what's the logic in this? I didn't understand it. Do you?
Okay, first of all, in case your listeners don't know, the Palestinian Authority announced officially last week that they're in this campaign against gays, and which is, again, we've spoken about this on air. It's amazing that there's organizations I think called Queers for Palestine and things like that, and that Ilhan Omar turns around, takes that news, and tries to blame it on Israel. It's like everything is Israel's fault. There were shark attacks off the shore of Egypt, and they said, "Oh, that's Israel's fault." Everything comes down to their incredible hatred of Israel, and the fact that this is becoming front and center in U.S. politics. Two extremists in the Democratic Party are not getting called out by the Democratic Party is extremely worrisome.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. They hate Israel, but they're not being called out by Nancy Pelosi, not being called out by the Democratic leadership. What's going on here?
Well, it's a tough thing because there's so many things that are anti-women, anti-gay, a lot of the things that the Democratic Party is supposed to stand for, and whose people like the LGBT community and others are supposed to stand for. And and this is a conflict for them. I don't know how they get out of it.
Right. You're having a Democratic Party, which is supposedly a liberal party, supporting the most extreme terrorists, the most extreme groups in the world who are anti-gay, anti-women, anti any kind of social behavior, and it's just incredible that they're being supported by the so-called Democratic Party.
Now, our President Trump says that Jews will only vote for Democrats if they don't know what the hell's going on, if they don't have a clue, or they're not being loyal to the state of Israel or to the Jewish people. And now he's being called an anti-Semite. What do you think of that?
Right. Of course, Trump's been called anti-Semite. He's against black people. He's against gay. It's like this is the playbook for the liberals. What Trump said was, I watched the entire thing, and if you see in context what he said, what he was saying essentially said he can't believe why a single Jew would vote for the Democratic Party who are enabling anti-Semitism. He said that the notion that this would be discussed, the idea of reducing aid to Israel, that concept of that being actually discussed in the halls of Congress 5 years ago, 10 years ago, was unthinkable. And now the fact that it's being discussed is because of the Democratic Party. And he was saying, how could any Jew, or anyone for that matter, who believes that the U.S.-Israel alliance should be strong, how could anybody vote for the Democratic Party? It's disloyal to that value. That's what he was talking about. It was the furthest thing from anti-Semitism. And I hear this all the time. When I'm out there speaking, Christians always ask me, why do Jews generally vote for the Democratic Party?
Yeah.
I'm asked that all the time. And there was nothing anti-Semitic about what he said, but they want to fit it into their playbook, so they distort it, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, here's a little on a lighter note. Miracle of miracles. Miracle of miracles, especially for you. Amazon launches in Israel.
We are so happy.
Are you going to be the official rabbi of Israel's Amazon? Because you sure buy a lot from them.
Target. I sent a letter to Target 10 years ago saying, can you please come here? We need you badly. Walmart, Target, we could use them. So,
well, why aren't they there? Come on.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I guess they don't think they can make money. Hey, McDonald's is here, Dave.
I know, but we can't, we can't sell cheeseburgers. There's no cheeseburger for you in Israel, that's for sure.
But they got a hummus burger.
A hummus burger, oy vey. Yeah. Not going to be big in the U.S., I don't think.
No.
Hey, the Israeli UN ambassador, DeAnna, he goes to the UN and he holds up a Bible. And he tells the UN, this is the deed to our land from God. Now, what do you think of that? Is that true?
I think he's right. He's not the first one to do that. Chaim Weizmann, who was the first president of Israel in the 1940s, he did that in front of I think it was the Supreme, whatever the highest land court in England is. He held up the Bible and said, this is our deed to the land. And I agree 100%, and I think, at least 100 million evangelicals in the United States would agree with that, and I think many Catholics would agree with that. And I think that's the reality. If you're a Bible believer, this is cut and dry. This is really simple. And if you're not, in my opinion, it's also really simple. The history and archaeology proves beyond the shadow of a doubt that the Jews have been in the land of Israel for thousands of years. And this is our land, and we're entitled to it. So no matter how you slice it, bottom line is, this is our land.
Yes, there is no other Jewish state, is there?
There is no other Jewish state. The
New Jersey is not a Jewish state. Let's straighten that out. Right now, here on my show, there is no other Jewish state.
I can summarize the problem in one sentence. They don't want us here, and we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
By the way, just as an aside, approximately how many Muslim countries are there in the world?
How many Muslim
countries are there in the world?
I want to say like 25.
No, I think there's like 57 of them.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, you're right. It's 53, I think.
Something like that. So, 53 Muslim states. Who's protesting that they have all these states? And a lot of Jews could claim them because there were Jews living in those lands before Muhammad.
Yeah, let me give you an imagery, Dave.
Yes.
Imagine, take a football field, okay? The entire football field, right, are all the different Arab states. On the 50-yard line, right in the middle, there's a little matchbox, and that is the Jewish state. And the rest of the football field says, we cannot live in peace unless we get half that matchbox.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. And you're right. We can never give up. Never, ever.
Right. All right. That's it. We're done running. The Jewish people are home. We're done running. There's nowhere else for us to run. You don't like it? Too bad. That's it. You want to boycott us? You're not allowed in. I'm sorry. And that's what it is. We're not the weak Jew for 2,000 years. We're Jews with an army willing to stand up.
You're damn right. And it's about time that American Democrats and others understood that we ain't going away and we're not shutting up. We're not shutting up and being led into the gall darn camps, and we're not being led into Auschwitz showers. We're not going to put up with that crap ever again.
Those days are over.
Those days are over. Hey, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, Rabbi, where can people find and contribute to you?
They can go to my site there, my website, IsraelAlliance.org. IsraelAlliance.org.
Now you're going to be coming to town, right? Pretty soon.
I am. I'll be in the area the first week of September. I'm hoping to come on the show live if you'll have me.
Oh, of course I'll have you. There's a cover charge, but I'll tell you what, I'll spot you the first drink. All right, hey Rabbi, you know what? I applied for a job making donuts. Yeah, but there were too many holes in my application. Rabbi Moshe Rothchild calling all the way from Efrat, Israel. Thank you so much, Rabbi.
All right,
hi, do you need the kids?
Lisa,
honey, do you have anything to say?
No.
Not you, Rabbi. I was referring to my wife when I said honey. Nothing? She's got nothing. So she got a sore leg.
Yeah.
She fell on her leg again. She's falling. I'm old. She's falling more than me. It's not good. Stan, you got anything to say to the Rabbi?
Thanks, Rabbi. Good job again.
Thank you, pal.
Thanks,
all right.
man.
Shabbat
Happy
shalom.
birthday,
Shabbat shalom. Is it your birthday?
No, I don't know whose birthday.
No, wasn't
it is.
your birthday like recently?
No.
Yeah, it was. It was about a year ago. That's right.
Ah, yeah, that's
there
right.
you go. Nice going, Rabbi. You never forget. He never forgets. Oh. All right, get off my phone, please. I love you, but get off my phone.
I'll have to return the gift I got you, Stan.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
No, that's wrong. That's wrong. No, he'll take the gifts
with you.
Bring it with you. It's like Easter. You know why we don't celebrate Lent?
Why?
Because we paid it off early. Rabbi Moshe Rothchild getting 2 jokes for the price of 1. Oh my God!
If you can tie one more, I'll say. You know how you know Good Friday is a Christian holiday?
How?
Because no Jewish husband ever had a Good Friday.
Okay, all righty. We're going to stop there before we get into trouble. You know how I avoid trouble, don't you? All right, thank you, Rabbi.
All the best.
We're going to be right back. We're going to come back with Laura the Illuminator. Got some big news to break with her, and Rashid Tlaib and Omar and Illuminator go way back. All right, so this is a really interesting time to tie this show to exactly what's going on right now in the forefront of the news today. All right, call the show 573-364-4433. That's 573-364-4433. Got an extra 4 in there. I don't know. It's like I'm in golf, when I hit a shot. I hit a shot so bad I yelled 8. Anyways, we'll be right back. Remember, I got a MAGA hat and a $35 McDonald's gift card to give out today. So call the show. Get it off your chest.
Price Chopper and Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax, and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper and Rolla.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel & Henry Company. Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. The name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. Thousands of customers have done business with Muffler Mart because they do what they say they're going to do. Woo! The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434. Muffler Mart in Rolla.
If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050.
When you're ready to find the best steak in Rolla, head over to Sydney's at 707 North Pine in downtown Rolla. All their steaks are aged 30 days and hand-cut to perfection. This weekend is Ribeye Weekend. Get a 16-ounce ribeye steak with Sydney's signature spice blend and 2 sides, only $14.99. And choose Sydney's with over 100 different whiskeys, scotches, and bourbons, and over a dozen draft beers to complement the best steak around. Call 426-3707 for reservations. Lunch specials on Facebook. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 1:30 a.m. daily.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Multiple federal investigations into Pfizer fraud, bias, corruption at the deep state, leaking, spying against the law, and the seedy origins of the counter-intel investigation in the Russia probe are now ongoing. As of only literally 4 minutes ago, we received major new details about what is about to be revealed. 10 items, John Solomon, and we know now that, in fact, in a matter of weeks, 10 bombshell pieces of evidence could be rocking not only the capital of Washington, D.C. and that swamp, but should shock the conscience. Now, this will include an official documentation of Christopher Steele's conversations with the FBI, along with Steele's lengthy interview with the Inspector General, the Gang of Eight materials, the third Pfizer renewal application, and so much more.
Now, you probably don't realize this because you're not a news nut like I am. At least 99.9% of you are not news nuts. In fact, a lot of you avoid the news and maybe listen to this show just to get a recap so you don't have to listen to it the rest of the week or the week before. This is a great recap of the best stories of the week. And right now, if you're a guy who has a TV show and a radio show like Sean Hannity, you're sputtering old stories, even Rush. But Rush is so good, he makes it sound like they're news stories because there are different takes on it.
That's right.
But you're getting the best of the shows, the best of the news, right here on Fridays. And I did not know this going into it, but there's a peak and there's a slow time in the news business. If you go by the week, really the news opens up Monday morning, generally. All right? There's a few shows that precursor it, like on Sunday mornings, Maria Bartiromo, Judge Janine, Gray Gutfeld, Waters. And other than that, they're just rehashes of the last week. And even those tend to be rehashes somewhat. Very little new news is broken.
Right.
And so what I do is I gather up all these and I make decisions. I make up bits. I make up things that I think are going to be the best and freshest news items and review of the previous week's news that you don't have to look at them. I pretty well surmise the important ones, and I get an up-to-date deal as well. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Dave, it's Jim from Rolla.
Well, hi, Jim. How you doing, my man?
Hey, I got up this morning, so it's a good day.
All right, well, that's good because you changed that joke, and I appreciate that. How long did you have to think about that?
Oh, about half a second. Is that all right?
Half a second. Well, that's good. Now you're ad-libbing? Wow. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
What can I do for you today, sir?
I got a email, or Facebook, I should say, the other day about Omar is wanting to tax pork so high that you will not be able to afford it.
Wow. Well, that's not a surprise, is it?
No.
Do you know why?
Muslim, what would you expect, right?
Well, I mean, Jews could do the same thing. Obviously, we didn't. They want to make this a Muslim country. Let's face it. That is the job of jihad. Yes. The job of jihad is to make everyone a Muslim. All right?
Yep.
You're not allowed to be under the jihad. You're not allowed to be anything else but a Muslim. Eventually, you have to surrender to Islam. So, I mean, that's what's going on. So they're going to make it very difficult, as they've tried to do to Jews and as they're trying to do to Israel right now, to survive without turning over your soul to them.
Well, it's not just that, Dave. I've read a little bit of that, and it's also somebody is going to be their slaves, if you read the Quran.
Yeah.
Part of them people are to be slaves for the Muslims.
Mm-hmm.
So let's think about that for a little bit, too. So not everybody so let's say that we go ahead, yes, I'll be a Muslim with you and, Allah and all the whole 9 yards. Well, that's good, Jim. Now you're going to go to work for me as a slave.
Okay.
Because we're not true Muslims. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's part of it that is in the Quran. They are going to have slaves.
You mean Muslims believe in slavery? That's a shocker. The Muslim trade is the Muslim trade in slaves is big business even today in Africa.
Yes.
Huge.
Very good. Very well put. That's the truth, too.
Yeah.
That is the truth. And anyway, Dave, thank you for taking my call. One quick thing here.
Yes.
How did the blonde try to kill the bird?
Let's see. Bleach? I don't know. What?
Threw it off the cliff.
Okay. I like that. Threw it off the cliff. All right, so here. What does a blonde call her boat?
I don't know.
A little dinghy. Now, what does a blonde call it when she gets a phone call on her boat?
Come on, Dave, that's dinghy.
What does you got to stop laughing. What does a blonde? Well, you shouldn't stop laughing. Wait a minute. I'll give you a second to laugh. All right. What does a blonde call it when she gets a phone call on her boat?
I don't know.
A little ringy dingy. Thank you, Jim. You have a great day. All right. You have a great weekend. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it. And we have another caller, I believe, right?
Yes, we do. And it is Laura.
It is? Well, she's early. Oh, my goodness. I didn't play your song. I'm not ready. I don't know. All right. I'll be ready here in a second, and I will get right to you because we got some breaking news, don't we?
Yep.
We do. All right. Let's hit her song, and let's start it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, investigative conservative reporter, future congresswoman in the 21st District of Florida, and the lowest link to the Dave Weinbaum Show, the bravest woman I know, Laura, the Illuminator, Loomer. There you go. I see a lot of people in Florida do like you. Okay, so what's the breaking news we got, Laura Loomer?
Well, thanks for having me on. Yeah,
you're welcome.
Well, there's several things. There's
okay.
Several updates. I had a legal victory this week because the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals has agreed to hear my appeal in my antitrust investigation against Google, Facebook, Twitter, and Apple.
Wow.
And so that's really good because the big tech social media companies tried to, of course, get my appeal dismissed, and the court now is saying that it's going to be heard before a panel of judges. So it's very exciting news, and it's an advancement in the battle for free speech in this country right now, because as you know, conservatives are being silenced by these big tech social media companies. And then today I filed a suit against Rashida Tlaib for assault and battery. So as you know, she physically attacked me and tried to steal my cell phone from me last year in Minnesota when I was reporting on a campaign event when she and Ilhan Omar were candidates. Well, I filed a police report with the Minneapolis Police Department, and nothing had been done. And so I'm taking legal action, and I sued her.
Well, good for you. And maybe you'll be like tweeting, not tweeting, but be on Twitter again as a foremost news story. What do they call that? Trending on Twitter.
Trending. Top
trending story on Twitter, once again, which would make it 6 times since you were what? Permanently banned from Twitter. That's mind-boggling to hear that, you know? You're still huge on Twitter. Your hashtag name always pops up when I put LAU. It's always Laura Loomer or Laura Loomer for Congress on Twitter. I don't know if you know that or not.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I am running for Congress. And look, these lawsuits aren't about me, right? It's about the American people. And I'm fighting back, and I'm taking legal action because I want to protect every single American from what has happened to me. I don't want other people to have to experience what I've gone through. And when I'm in Congress, I'm going to fight even harder. And so this is why it's important for people to support my campaign, LauraLoomerForCongress.com, because when I'm in Congress, I'm going to have a zero tolerance for these Jew-hating jihadists like Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, who think that not only they can, push hatred against Israel and Jewish people and stand with terrorist organizations and make accusations like Israel isn't an ally, right? But they think that they can use political violence and physically assault and intimidate and threaten people who go against them and expose them. And I'm not going to tolerate that.
Once again,
unfortunately, nobody is really fighting back hard against them in Congress right now, but that's going to change once I'm elected.
Once again, unless you're from Normal, Illinois, why am I hearing an echo? Stan, is there a reason? There's a reason?
I have my mic on.
Oh, okay. Unless you're from Normal, Illinois, you have a certain history with Ilhan Omar, Keith Ellison, and Rashida Tlaib. Could you briefly go over what it is you actually got banned for from Twitter and Facebook?
Right, yeah. So I like you said, I have a history with all of them because I was exposing them. I was in Minnesota investigating all of them. Last year when they were then candidates, I've confronted, or rather loomered, Keith Ellison, Rashida Tlaib, and Ilhan Omar. And Keith Ellison had to step down from the DNC because of my investigations into his domestic violence. And now he's the Attorney General of Minnesota, right? Yeah. And I was banned. I was banned from Twitter permanently last year for tweeting that Ilhan Omar was anti-Jewish. And then Facebook also banned me.
Who knew?
Next day.
Who knew?
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. And Facebook banned me the next day for 30 days, saying that I was pushing hate speech for simply saying that Ilhan Omar was anti-Jewish. Yeah. And then I was permanently banned from Facebook and Instagram on May 2nd of this year, and they accused me of being a dangerous individual, which is rather funny because Facebook still allows, ISIS, Hamas, the Muslim Brotherhood, Antifa, numerous terrorist organizations, both foreign and domestic, have access to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all of these platforms.
Well,
right?
they threw you a token, though. They threw you Louis Farrakhan, who they banned recently.
Right. But at the end of the day, everybody who they shut down is technically a Trump supporter, because a lot of people didn't know this, but Louis Farrakhan had expressed support for President Trump in the past. And so it doesn't matter. Yeah, they threw in Louis Farrakhan to say, oh, we're not biased against conservatives. But at the end of the day, Louis Farrakhan has publicly expressed support for Trump, and everybody who was banned has been a Trump supporter.
Now, let me ask you this. When you win as a congresswoman in the 21st District, guarantee me this, that you will promise not to be sworn in on a Dr. Seuss book, please?
When I win my election and I'm sworn into Congress, not only will I not swear in on a Dr. Seuss book, but I will also not swear in on a Quran.
Okay.
Sadly, Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib and some of these other deranged Democrats can't say the same. But yeah, that is a story that I see you're reading from my website, lauraloomer.us. And
well, I certainly am. I'm not going on your Twitter feed anymore, am I?
A Missouri lawmaker, so you get to own this one too, just like you get to own Billy Long.
Yeah. By the way, Billy Long, my brother comes over to the house. He used to have him on a radio show in Springfield, Missouri. Him and what's his name? The senator from Missouri.
Holly?
No. Senator from Missouri. The new guy, Josh
Hawley.
Yeah, Josh Hawley was an 18-year-old kid. And he had him on his radio show. My brother was in the radio business for a while. Marty Weinbaum.
KWTO, I remember that.
All right. So, what a coincidence. He didn't think much of Billy Long, by the way. He thought Billy Long was doing it for the money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well.
Well, it's hopefully Billy Long, since he tried to shut me down in Congress, has since learned that big tech social media censorship is actually a really big deal, and he ought to pay attention because, yeah, it was pretty shameful what he did, wasn't it? But yeah, going back to the story, the Missouri lawmaker, I guess, who is an atheist or something, decided that she was going to take her oath on a Dr. Seuss book. Yeah. So, look, the Democrats are making a joke out of the country. They're making a joke out of the political legal system. And we can't tolerate it. We can't tolerate it.
Well, it's a serious joke, and it could cause a lot of damage to this country. Hey, Twitter was caught censoring President Trump. How do you know this?
Well, look, I mean, the censorship is undeniable, but the other night I caught them in action. President Donald Trump posted a video mocking Scaramucci. And the video had about 25,000 likes at the time that I had seen it. And it had 0 views. So how do you have 25,000 likes and all these retweets and all these comments, but 0 views?
Couldn't it have been a mistake?
No, the video is on my YouTube channel. They do it a lot to conservative content. It's a common thing that they do with conservative content. So where they try to make it seem like nobody is watching, and of course people are going to be more drawn to a video that has more views, right? That's just human nature. If somebody sees something that is going viral, well, they're going to follow it even more closely.
Now, you probably know this. I'm not sure that you do. I might have sent this to you. But conservative Mike Lee, a staunch conservative from Utah, a senator, and it seems that he was very much for breaking up the social media high-tech companies, and now all of a sudden he's reversed that and seems to be in the tank for social media. Bought and sold. Do you know anything about this?
Mike Lee, you have to send that to me. I try to keep up with everything. I try to keep up with everything that is happening, but I will need to review that.
Okay, please do, because this is something that you probably will put on your website, or you can write about it yourself. Speaking of which...
Yeah, well, I definitely want to see this. You'll have to send that to me, because I hadn't seen that. I had not seen that, but it'll be
Well, I enlightened the newsmaker right here. I love that. Thanks.
Yeah, you learn something new every day. Look, I mean, there's so much going on with all the big tech social media censorship, and I'm sure they are now trying to get in the pockets of politicians, and so it'll be interesting. I'll have to check it out and see. But look, a lot of politicians in D.C. are tied in with big tech. Jerry Nadler, right? He abused his position as a participant in this hearing and the committee overseeing the hearings regarding tech censorship. And he said that it was a right-wing conspiracy theory. Well, look at who his biggest donor is to his campaign. It's Google, right?
Yeah.
And also now Google is now also donating a lot of money to Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar. So,
very interesting.
There you have it.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
And speaking of this, Pakistani actress visits the UK, and she said it was like a mini Pakistan. What do you think she meant by that?
Well, what she meant is that slowly, but surely, and I guess not really so slowly anymore, Europe is becoming more and more like the Middle East. And so a lot of times you go to places like the UK, you go to France, you go to Germany, you go to Sweden, and you see more people walking around in burqas and hijabs than people who aren't. Because thanks to Islamic immigration, these countries, these once great Western nations, are now being fundamentally transformed into little Middle Eastern satellites.
Yeah, now my next caller is a gal by the name, I mentioned her to you, I think, called Elizabeth or Liz Cabrara. How's that? I got that little going. I love that. And we'll be talking. She went to Europe. And by the way, Liz Cabrara had about 19,000 of her followers taken away from her by Twitter. She's always getting banned or semi-banned or whatever from private messaging and all this other stuff. So we're going to be talking to her in a few minutes, and she's pretty effective too. And guess where she lives? She lives in Miami.
Where?
I want her and you to get together. Can I give her your phone numbers? Because I think she'd be a hell of an ally. She's a Cuban refugee.
You can give her. You can give her my number.
Will do. And I think she can help you out a lot. And you got to call up a guy named Elad Hakim who wants to get involved with you. He's in Boca, and he's a Jewish writer. He's on the show too, and he wants to help you out too. All right. So can I give that to him too? I'm just I might as well just put your phone number on the darn men's room. That's just wrong. I apologize.
You can give them my number. Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize. All right, so I can give him your number too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That was wrong. I apologize.
You're on.
Oh, man, what can I tell you? Anyway, she went to Europe, and Europe was like scary to her, even in Spain. Hey, by the way, where can, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find and donate to you?
Well, right now it's important for people to support my congressional run. So people can go to LauraLoomerForCongress.com, and that's where they can, of course, make a donation if they're an American citizen to support my campaign for Congress. You can go to LauraLoomerForCongress.com and sign up to receive my, my email updates. But if you just want to follow my news site and get real news, you can go to lauraloomer.us and subscribe to receive my updates from my media company. And then you can find, I have a whole team of writers, and we produce news every single day, and real news, right? Stuff that the mainstream media isn't going to report on.
She is absolutely right about this. I'm trying to get Jesse, who is working on it, to get our site, the DaveWeinbaum.net site, to look a lot like yours. So, and the stories are terrific. They really are. Yeah, you're not hearing these stories in the mainstream media. I mean, if you want real news, you go to lauraloomer.us, right?
That's right.
Hey, and the stories are it's all real. It's all stuff that's impacting people. A lot of it is stuff that's impacting Jews, Israel. I mean, it's a conservative news site, but we report on everything. It has a really big focus as well on big tech censorship as well as anti-Semitism, and so we document all of it. And unfortunately, a lot of the anti-Semitism that is now being spewed is actually being promoted by big tech. So the issues, while they appear to be separate issues, right, big tech censorship and Jew hatred, they kind of are one and the same because Mark Zuckerberg, Jack Dorsey are literally taking meetings with Islamic terrorist organizations and discriminating against Jews, discriminating against Israel, discriminating against conservatives,
and discriminating against
my lawsuit,
and discriminating against evangelical Christians and other Christians that happen to believe in Israel and happen to believe in the Jews and their right to survive. And the evangelical Christians are also aware that there's been a genocide going on for the last 20 or 30 years in the Middle East of who? Christians.
Yep.
Yes.
So
over
that's
90,000
important.
Christians each year.
Yes.
Over 90,000 Christians each year are persecuted in the Middle East by Muslims.
You got it.
So, it's there are more Christians in the world than Jews. There's only 15 million Jews left worldwide, and there's 2 billion Muslims, but Christians are the most persecuted people on the planet. So, that's why the Jews and the Christians have to remain allies in the fight against this Islamofascism, because it's terrible.
By the way, if you ever come this way, I can get you a gig to speak at a few churches, and the rabbi could too. All right.
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Okay.
So.
I know you're busy down in Florida right now, but hey, Laura, why did the substitute shoelace cop a bad attitude?
Man, you always have these really interesting jokes. I don't know why.
Well, because he wanted to be first string. Ladies and gentlemen, Laura the Illuminator, who is called, she's so smart. She's got me now saying, she admits it. You're going to tell a bad joke, and I did, and it's kind of cute. It's not that bad. All right, Laura, you have.
Your jokes are funny. You guys.
Thanks.
They call those dad jokes.
Dad jokes. Yeah, well, that's what I am. Well, my granddad's what I am. All right, Laura, you have a great weekend. Shabbat shalom, my friend. All right, and we'll get we'll talk soon. Thank you.
We'll talk soon. Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. All right, I got her and the rabbi together, and I guess we need a break, don't we? Wow.
Yep.
Call the show.
Salem Rolla.
Call the show 573-364-4433. Make yourself available to winning a great backwards MAGA hat where you could confuse people who hate Trump. They look at this thing and it's a bad. What does that mean? Just be careful of the dyslexic ones because they could probably catch on, all right? And $35 McDonald's gift card where you can't go wrong with that. And so call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
When it comes to making travel plans, Trips and More Travel Agency of Rolla has skilled agents to help you plan that perfect getaway. With over 27 years of combined experience, the agents are dedicated to providing you the highest quality of customer service, specializing in custom travel, family vacation, and destination weddings. Trips and More can make your vacation unique and fun. Stop in today at 116 West 8th Street in Rolla or call 341-3300. That's 341-3300.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control. Community-born, community-raised, community-serving.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
Reality check number 14. Getting a house loan shouldn't take longer than building your house. At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We know you're anxious to start building your dream home, so we make loans quick and easy. We don't have to send off to some big city for a decision. Your decision is made here, and your loan stays here. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Who let the dogs out? Shadowwood Pet Resort. But Ralphie tells me only on their supervised nature trails, and it's back to their warm and comfy condos with food, water, and treats for any length stay. And they separate dogs by size. Now a condo for cats in a different room. Great assortment of food, toys, collars, and bowls. Tell them Ralphie sent you and get a free treat. 368-4866. That's 573-368-4866. 11420 Cedar Grove, where your pets might be having a better time than you.
Wow, Kathy, it's been another busy day here at Miller Glass.
Yes, it has, Marianne. What were some of the phone calls that you had today?
Glass tabletops, screen repairs, window replacements, someone broke their patio door mowing. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, and don't forget about the glass shower doors, screen rooms, and awnings that we do.
Miller Glass is like one-stop shopping for any type of glass that you might need.
And don't forget, our team has over 30 years of experience.
At Miller Glass, we install it all.
From apples to Xboxes, we fix it all. Call us today, A1 Tech. More than just computer repair. We'll fix your laptop, your desktop, and so much more. On site, on mobile, from apples to Xboxes, we fix it all. Call us today, A1 Tech.
Call A1 Tech right now at 573-458-9175.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
It was this group Miftah, and I talked about this yesterday with Representative Mark Green because he went on the Codell a couple of weeks ago that she could have gone on. Like there were other choices for these congresswomen to have gone recently on business and to see family, whatever it would have been. But he said this particular group, and he was very careful to say this because I think people these days are choosing their words carefully with this. You know, it's looked upon as terror supporting.
Glorifying suicide bombings and suicide bombers, the Israel not.
So that was the group that was going to sponsor.
They chose to go with as two.
So it's not just only about BDS.
This was a PR effort for those two congresswomen from the beginning to try to make Israel look bad. And what Lisa said about the language, I would disagree just slightly. I think when it comes to Israel, bold talk and bold terms is what's required because this is an existential issue for the state of Israel. They're surrounded by enemies who want to wish them off the map. So if President Trump goes, I scrapped the Iran deal so they can't get nukes. Golan Heights is now something that's protected area. The embassy's been moved. Our cooperation is more tight than ever before. These are good things for emboldening our Democratic ally in the Middle East.
Wow, Trump is some anti-Semite, isn't he? Wow, that's a strange way to hate Jews. Man, move the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem and give them back their annexing of the Golan Heights, where we've been and seen how this overlooks a good portion of northern Israel, where you can put, as was done in several wars against Israel, where Syria set up gunpowder on top of this mountain, or this big hill, mountain, whatever you want to call it, area, looking down on the rest of Israel. All right, and the stuff that he's done for Israel, Donald Trump, if he ran for president of Israel against Benjamin Netanyahu, prime minister, whatever, if he ran there, I mean, he'd come close. He might beat Netanyahu. I think he's tougher in defense of Israel sometimes than Netanyahu is. So, he is an example of standing up to bullies. That's what the mainstream media is, and they are just going absolutely nuts. They're going to start a civil war pretty soon because they're going to agitate so many people to physically attack conservatives. We are going to have to protect ourselves. We cannot hide from this. We are being attacked almost daily, physically, not just mentally. They are being told to go into restaurants and stand up to us and get in our face and stuff like that. This is not going to last forever without some form of retaliation. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Bruce from Maine.
This is who?
Ruth.
Bruce?
Yeah.
Your name is Bruce?
Yeah.
Since when? I thought it was Bridget. Okay, you're trying to be you're trying to outwit the host.
That's my middle name, honest it is.
Bruce? Why did your father want a son? I don't understand.
What?
Yes, I'm here. Can you? What's going on? What's going on, Bruce?
No, I'm about Omar Talifo. Is that her name? Or that Omar?
Omar. No, it's that's a combination of both of them. One is Rashida Tlaib, and the other one is Ilhan Omar.
Omar, yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, they're supposed, one of them supposed to visit the grandmother.
Yes.
Right? Which one was that?
That was Rashid Tlaib.
Okay. I guess her grandmother is worth nothing, is it?
Well, it sure shows something, and it shows a lot of things that. As the rabbi said, and as one of the people in the Israeli government said, well, apparently she hates Israel more than she loves her grandma because she got permission to do it on her terms.
Exactly.
Okay, so what does that tell you?
That tells you right there. She didn't go to see her grandmother. She was going to go there to cause trouble.
That's right. She was there to hurt Israel.
Exactly.
And when Israel called her bluff, she showed her true colors.
Amen to that.
Amen
to that. And there's another thing.
Yes.
A lot of people have been bombarding the Jewish people.
Yeah.
There are Christians, too, who are very left Democrat.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
I know a few.
Yeah.
They read up, I told one time a lady, I said, you rather vote for a Democrat and she's a Christian.
Uh-huh.
And I said, you support partial birth abortion, late term abortion and gay rights and all that, and gay marriage and blah blah blah. She wouldn't talk to me no more.
Yeah, how about that?
In my eyes, that's a hypocrite.
Well, here's Elisa Milano. She has 2 abortions relatively close together, and now she claims that she's very happy with her decision because now her life is better, she says, because she killed 2 of her babies.
Yeah,
and she wants to popularize that. Why does she want to make it so popular with everyone else? Is there a little guilt cheering here? Is that what I'm seeing? 2 of her own babies, she murders them.
I cannot even fathom. Anyways, I don't even want to. I don't even want to think about that. No. I could never have an abortion. I lost one, yes.
Yes,
but aborting, no, absolutely.
Well, I understand. People get mixed up. They think they can't handle it, and I'm a vice president of an organization, the Pregnancy Resource Center here in Rolla. Very proud to help them save babies. That's it. We want to end abortion, period. That's our mission statement. End abortions.
I agree with that. That's ridiculous. It's terrible. Right. It's absolutely terrible. Anyways, I have to leave. We're leaving. We're going to Bangor. So.
All right. Well, yes. Have fun in Bangor. Pretty soon.
I sure will.
Is it below 0 now up there, or what? Or does that happen a little later?
Beautiful.
All right. All right. All right. Thank you, Bridget. I have another caller. I think it could be somebody on the line that we need to have a song for.
Yeah, we do.
All right. Thank you, Bridget. Have a great weekend. Hit it, Stan. Is that Bridget still on the phone? No. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Cuban-born. This woman came to the USA at age 6. A professional wedding photographer and the Hispanic advisor to the Dave Weinbaum Show, the fiery Latina from Miami, Florida, Liz Cabrara. Yes, there you go. Wow, I think they're applauding all the way from Cuba. That's amazing. Hi, Liz. How you doing?
How are you? What is all that about? I love it.
I'm good. Hey, you received a message from your friend and our friend and Laura Loomer's friend, Twitter Jack. We've temporarily limited some of your account features for unusual behavior. Did they specify what unusual behavior you did, and what are you supposed to do to fix it?
Oh, I have been under attack since your first interview with me. It's getting worse.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't throw me under the bus.
No. I don't mean because of you. I mean, since that long is what I'm saying.
Yes.
The first one, lately, the new one, besides the fact that they took 19K followers from me right before hitting 40.
Wait a minute. We have people that are a little slow. 19,000 that was.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. Before hitting that number, they deleted all the followers, and they had me, I would file report after report after report, and they would ignore me. They would fix it for a little while, and it'll go back down again. I had all my Patriot friends asking me, was I unfollowing them, DMing me.
Yeah.
They're locking my account. And the latest, let me give you the latest.
Okay.
You know that I'm always copying you and Lisa.
Yes.
Okay.
And Stan sometimes.
And there are other people.
Yeah.
And there's other people that I do that to that are like my favorites, okay?
Yeah.
Like Michael John, you, Amanda
Presley.
So when I go and try to tweet all of you, usually I start putting your name and I know them almost by heart. Well, let me tell you, I know them by heart. You guys are not coming up. I got to go back to my trains now and look for your handles because Twitter is blocking me from getting your names.
Yeah, you stopped following me or I stopped following you, not by my doing, but by Twitter's doing.
Or mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
By Twitter's doing that to you. It's incredible what they're doing and what they think they're getting away with. And, they're going to keep doing it as long as they aren't challenged. And right now, my last caller, Laura Loomer, is suing them. And it's a big deal. And, I'm going to have her contact you, okay? She wants to contact you. She wants you to help her get elected in the 21st District. Are you in the 21st District down there in Miami?
I'm in Miami, Florida.
All right.
If I can help her in any way, I'll definitely help her because I believe in the cause. I am doing this because I believe in the cause, not because I'm getting paid, but because I love my country.
You are. Now, you just visited Europe. What stood out to you there?
Oh, my God, Dave. I went to Barcelona, Portofino, France, Genoa, Italy, and Naples, Italy. Barcelona was the one that struck me the most, and I will tell you why. There are gangs there now. There are prostitutes in the streets. There are homeless there. I saw particularly one that impacted me. I wanted to take a photograph, but as a professional photographer, my heart could not take it. I couldn't do it. She was about 25 years old. She was in the floor. Very beautiful girl. She looked American, actually, or I don't know what nationality. She was laying on the floor. She had 7 cups in front of her. One said, help me with money for food. The other one said, help me with money for pot. The other one said, help me with money for LSD. The other one said, help me with money for cocaine.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Wow.
I was shocked. And we were told at the hotel that we stayed, and we stayed in a good hotel. We don't stay in cheap hotels. That we needed to identify ourselves at the front door. Every time.
Yeah.
Not only that, they had a glass door, really thick, with a bell. And when we came in to shake in, what they said to us was this: we have this going on now, and you must be careful. And the reason is why there's Moroccan people here that are attacking tourists and people from Spain.
Wow.
And they kill you. In the time that I was there, in the first weeks of August, the month had not passed by, there have been 8 killings in the street. They kill you with machetes, whatever they have.
No kidding. Where is this? Is this Italy?
Barcelona. In Barcelona.
Barcelona?
In La Rambla.
We were just there a couple years ago. Lisa and I.
Me too. I was there 5 years ago, and it was beautiful. Well, let me tell you, don't even try going back. Don't. It's dangerous.
Wow.
And
this is from Muslim Moroccans people. I don't know if they're Muslim or not. Who have migrated to Spain recently, and they're attacking tourists.
Yes.
Wow.
And let me tell you, I didn't feel comfortable. Thank God that I had already seen Barcelona from top to end, and I didn't need to go into any tours because I wouldn't have done it.
Huh.
That's dangerous.
Well, people ask me, why don't you go to Europe? And that's why. And to boot, I've got a Jewish name. They don't like Jews around Europe either.
No. They don't like anyone, actually.
There you go. Hey, do you have any inroads in the Jewish community?
Do I have what? Relatives?
Inroads. Do you know anybody in the Jewish community in Florida?
You?
Not in Florida. Although by law, quite frankly, I should be. Us Jews are supposed to go by the age of 60. We're supposed to buy a place in eastern Florida, like Boca or Fort Lauderdale or Miami Beach. But I'm a fugitive from that law.
You're a holdout.
I'm a holdout. Hey, should President Trump give Antifa a terrorist status?
Oh my God, yes.
Why?
Immediately. Because that's going to create a civil war here. You know that, right?
Yeah, we talk about
Take our
that.
guns away. Huh?
We talk a lot about that on this show.
It's very serious. What they're doing to us conservatives, attacking us in restaurants, in places, we can't even... Listen, I love my hats, my mega hats. I don't feel comfortable wearing them.
We got a hat for you. You got to text me your address. I'm going to give you one of these hats. You know what it is?
Oh,
it's a MAGA hat, but it's backwards, so people can't tell right away that it's a MAGA hat. They come up to you and they look at you like, do I hit her or do I hug her? You got to watch out though, because if you come across a Antifa who's dyslexic, they might be able to get it on the first try. But you look in a mirror and you can see MAGA perfectly. But it doesn't, it's confusing to them. And I've seen it. I've gone out in public with this thing, and I've seen the looks on their faces. They're looking at the hat, trying to figure out what the hell is that.
What's A-gam?
It's
you
funny.
guys are too much.
We gotta have fun, even though we're getting screwed, aren't we? Hey,
I love it. Let me tell you, the more they screw me, the more power to me.
Yeah.
That means I'm doing a hell of a job.
That's right. You're effective. We talked about this before. They don't want. They're not going after you. Because you're not effective. I'm only minorly effective. What I'm really effective is getting people like you to talk on my show. All right?
I love it.
And it's great. And you're telling the truth, and you're telling it from your heart. You're passionate about it, and you are effective. All right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm so proud that you think that of me.
Dolphin owner Mark Ross. I think it's Mark Ross.
Yeah.
He's booted from the NFL Social Justice Committee that he created. Why?
Okay. What do you think? He's Republican at mine.
Yeah, he had a fundraiser for Donald Trump. How about that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He was raising money for our president, and that's not allowed. And that's not acceptable these days. See, Dave, I keep going back to the same thing, and this is why I'm so passionate, and I'll continue to repeat it till I die. This is the issue. Democrats have become liberal communists. That is what they are. They're nothing else. I know communism.
Yeah.
All this harassment on Twitter to this man who's a fine man who was in the Dolphin, a Dolphin representative and so high up.
Yeah, he's an owner.
For them to be doing this to him is disgraceful. It's embarrassing. They're attacking us. They're hitting us where it hurts us. But to me, the more you hit me, the more at first I kind of like, even on Twitter, people are saying, don't do more trains, Liz, and they keep sending me things. It's going to break your account down. Bring it on. I'm still going to go out and vote. You don't own me.
I'll tell you what, that's why I admire you, because you throw caution to the wind and you stand up for your rights, your right to speak in this country, your First Amendment rights. And a lot of people don't want to put up with that. They don't want to put up with the challenge. We need you on that wall. We want you on that wall. Where can people connect with you, and tell them your Twitter account? What do you got to lose?
Okay. Yeah, my Twitter account is Liz Cabrara 55, and you can contact me there. You can also direct message me. I talk to my friends. I am not unfriendly. I really love my friends. They spoil me to death. They do things for me that they don't do for others. I know for a fact. So they can reach me there. They can follow me, and yes, have Laura Loomer get a hold of me too. I'll do whatever I can to help my country.
Hey, Liz, how do conduits have stamina?
What do you mean?
How do conduits have stamina?
I don't know. They're sharp.
Well, here's how. They conduit all night long. Ladies and gentlemen, Liz Cabrara, all the way from Miami, Florida. Thank you so much for once again being a star on the Dave Weinbaum Show, Liz.
We love you.
Great weekend to you. We love you. All right?
We're
That's
sorry
Lisa
for that
talking.
Joke. We're sorry for that joke, though.
Why? I thought it was a pretty cool joke. That was one of my better ones.
Yeah,
they don't get much better than that, Liz. It's a sad state, but
adios.
I tell you, adios, amiga.
Bye, Liz.
Besos.
All right, great.
Bye, Lisa.
Nice talking to you.
Isn't that great?
Bye.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Love you.
Love you guys too. Oh my God, that's wonderful. Wunderbar, as they say. And we're open for callers 573. And we're open for this too, Sicilian moment. Yeah, let's bring it down a notch here. Let's start breathing again.
That's right.
Studies show teens are the best liars. Obama is demanding a recount. What is that? Forget about it. The man's got some pride, Come on. He's got a lot of pride. Trump comes out, tells the truth. He can't take it. Even the Democrats in the debate, they're calling him out for all the bad things he did and the bad health care and the immigration, sending all those immigrants back. How dare he? Didn't he know that this was going to be the base of the Democratic Party, illegal immigration? What's the matter with him? What's wrong with him? Why didn't he know this? And they think they're going to get Biden now? Biden? No. Biden is a consigliere to Obama, and he must go down. He must go down. Who are you going to get? Pocahontas. That's who you're going to get.
Ghostbusters.
All right. Thank you, Stan. All right. We're back on the Dave Weinbaum Show. And, yes, sir.
The new Amazon Echo has everyone asking Alexa for help.
Alyssa, what time is it? What the hell is wrong with this blasted thing? Amanda!
But the latest technology isn't always easy to use for people of a certain age.
These kids done bought me a busted machine again. Oh, yes, sir!
That's why Amazon partnered with AARP to present the new Amazon Echo Silver, the only smart speaker device designed specifically to be used by the greatest generation. It's super loud and responds to any name even remotely close to Alexa, so they can find out the weather.
Allegra, what is the weather outside?
It is 74 degrees and sunny.
Huh?
It is 74 degrees and sunny.
Where?
Outside.
What about it?
The temperature outside is 74 degrees and sunny.
I don't know about that.
The latest in sports.
Clarissa, how many did old Satchel strike out last night?
Satchel Paige died in 1982.
How many he get?
Satchel Paige is dead.
He what now?
Died.
Who did?
Satchel Paige.
I don't know about that.
All right, we're back on the show. Thanks for the warning, Stan. What was that?
Sorry about that.
There you go. You're just talking to Lisa. All right. Well, she's talking on the phone to somebody. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, why should I? I'm just a host. Okay, we got Laura. We got DeAnna, Lorraine coming on at 11. Who I should have texted and warned her. See, these things work together. You know, one of the reasons I found is I give them like 10-minute warnings by phone, by texting, okay? And I think that helps. I mean, we all kind of let our minds slip a little bit. I know I have a perfect audience who has never forgotten anything in their lives. But just like Alexis, you know, in a certain age, you know, we kind of let things slip a little bit. And we're constantly, at least I am, I'm constantly working to make sure I get the things on time. I'm not perfect, but I'm pretty close. I've never, ever been late in the 11 years plus that I've been doing this to be on the air. Never. Now, once I sat in the office with the owner during a break and didn't realize that, the break is going to be over, and he doesn't care. It's your show. It's your responsibility. So it wasn't on this channel here, but it was on another one, and I missed a few seconds, and I learned my lesson, you know. So, you know, we learn a lot of lessons making mistakes. In fact, if you don't make a mistake, how do you learn? How do you learn? If you do everything perfect, you'd be like Stan. Right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyways, we're back on the show, and call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. And while we're here, I'm going to talk another 5 minutes or so, take another break. And then we're going to hear from DeAnna, Lorraine, another congressional candidate in California, running for whose seat? Who's the Speaker of the House? Nancy Pelosi. Holy cow, if we can get Nancy Pelosi in California elected and get Laura Loomer elected in the 21st District in Florida, it'll be so much fun. Oh, my God, let those idiots, Tlaib and what's her name, Omar, let these young congresswomen have at them. They're going to be challenged up the gazoo. And so will every Democrat who is too chicken to come out and condemn these racist people who want to kill Jews, who want to annihilate a whole country, Israel. All right.
What's a good reason to get rid of Pelosi?
Yeah, go ahead.
You demonize, and then we call it the wrap-up smear. If you want to talk politics, you call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, unless they see it's reported in the press that this, and this, so they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic, and it's self-evident.
So did you catch that? What she says is you start out with something that's a lie, and you throw it out there, and then the press picks up on it, and they write stories about it, and you say, see, it's written in the press, so it must be true. This is exactly what they did with Trump. They demonized him. It was all fake about the Russia collusion. This is what they did with Kavanaugh. It was all fake about these women coming and saying that he did these things.
And they do a lot of damage because, you know, not everybody is listening to this show or to Rush or to Hannity. Not everybody's listening to Levin. All right? It's tough for a lot of people to understand that the news is lying to them. It really is. I mean, they look official. They must have done something to get this job. They must have gone to school, been educated. Why would they lie to me? But they do. Day in, day out, day in, day out. You know, 24 hours a day, every day, all week, all month, all year long, all decades long. And some of that is going to have an effect. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Randy from St. James.
Well, hi, Randy. How are you, my friend?
Good. Good morning. How's it going?
Good. How about you?
Good. How are you?
This is not.
We're not getting anywhere.
First of all, you're not getting a prize this week because you won it like a week ago or whatever. Secondly,
I was trying to be
I want some content that isn't a Democratic talking point. Okay, can you manage it?
Oh, I can handle that. Hey, Lisa, that was a great joke, by the way. The conduit.
Oh, yeah.
Great. She's not in the studio right now, but honey, somebody's talking to you right now.
Randy said that was a good joke, that conduit joke.
Yeah, he thinks that you made that up.
I didn't make that one.
No, she didn't make that one up.
She didn't make it up.
No, but nice try.
You know, things are really bad. I can't even open a Twitter account, Dave, because
What's that?
I know you.
Well, you know, I get it too. I haven't had any major banning. I mean, I know I get shadow banned. I know I get people dropping off who are friends and followers on Twitter, but they shave off a bunch of people. They shave off a bunch of my things on the site. Facebook has done it to me, and I'm just until I sue them, and I may, if it gets bad enough. I may join Laura Loomer's lawsuit. She's actually got some credibility going with her.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The appellate court in D.C. Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I wanted to make a comment about Talib and AOC and Elam.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to get reelected, and here's why. Number one, Talib, she's lied.
Yeah.
AOC hasn't done squat. And
she lied, too.
And she lied, too, of course. Pelosi doesn't like them, okay?
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be able to raise the funds without Pelosi's backing. You know, I don't think they're going to get the graces of the Queen, you know?
Yeah.
That's my...
Well, yeah, and maybe you're right, but the problem is that in Talib Rashid's district in Michigan, there's a lot of Muslims that live there.
Well,
so she gets a lot of support from them. Now, she lied to everybody. She'll still get the Muslim support. Will she get the Jewish support? She got some Jewish support, too, as did Ilhan Omar in Minnesota, but there's a big Somali population where she is.
That's the one I think that we might not be able to pick off. But I really think the Talib district and AOC definitely, we can get those possibly back.
Well, I'll tell you what, because the Democrats have basically made these people the face of the Democratic Party because they will not protest against their anti-Semitism, anti-Christianity. They will not protest against it. I think they're going to lose a lot of seats around them. I think they're turning off a lot of Democrats.
Is use their own words against them. That's all they have to do.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Have a lot of commercials coming up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like the Pelosi thing we just did.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
They lie.
Yeah, they lie as it's a process of being a politician for them. It's part of their job. They lie, and then they send it to the press. The press runs it, and then they cite the press saying, well, this must be true because the press published it. You see, they repeat. I mean, it's that came out of Pelosi's mouth.
Yep.
I mean, I'm shocked that she would say something like that. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, what else you got for me, my friend?
Oh, that's about it today.
All right, Randy. Great hearing from you.
Breakfast, Dave.
Huh? Oh, well, I'm glad you could eat it. I'm glad you won as the last person to call on that particular show. Nobody believes that I picked you honestly, but I know I did. Right? You saw me.
Yeah, you always do.
Purely, perfectly honest. Although I did not notice that you slipped in the studio while I was looking the other way, and you put every single one of those as Randy. Okay, I did not notice that, but we're reviewing somebody. They were supposed to be filming this, but somebody turned off the camera. Can you believe it?
Something happened.
So you got away with it, apparently.
Some people
did
something.
I've ever been accused of being fast.
Well, that day you were. All right, thank you, my friend. Have a great weekend. We're going to take another break, and then we've got DeAnna, Lorraine coming up. So call the show, 573-364-4433, and get it off your chest.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control. Community born, community raised, community serving.
It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. The name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. Thousands of customers have done business with Muffler Mart because they do what they say they're going to do. Woo! The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434. Muffler Mart in Rolla.
If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050.
Have you ever gone to a car dealership where they tried to tack on a bunch of hidden fees to that low price? I'm Jeremy Shelton, General Manager at Taylor Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. You won't have to play 20 questions to look at our vehicles, and you won't have to worry about hidden fees either. We're your hometown dealer, and we'll do our absolute best to treat you right. Shop around and compare prices, but give us the opportunity to earn your business. Next time you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, come see us at Taylor Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located on South Bishop in Rolla, next to Mandarin Gardens, or online at TaylorChryslerRolla.com.
When you're ready to find the best steak in Rolla, head over to Sidney's at 707 North Pine in downtown Rolla. All their steaks are aged 30 days and hand-cut to perfection. This weekend is Ribeye Weekend. Get a 16-ounce ribeye steak with Sidney's signature spice blend and 2 sides, only $14.99. And choose Sidney's with over 100 different whiskeys, scotches, and bourbons, and over a dozen draft beers to complement the best steak around. Call 426-3707 for reservations. Lunch specials on Facebook. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 1:30 a.m. daily.
Moving, let's talk about Salem, Missouri and what we have to offer. We are located in the center of Missouri, center of the USA, with a great school system, college, beautiful country club. Rivers within 1 hour drive include Jack's Fork, Piney, Gasconade, Merrimack, and 2 state parks. If you're looking to enjoy life with recreation or just enjoy life, call VIP Properties, Pat Tackett, broker, 103 East 4th Street, Salem, Missouri, 573-729-7622.
95 years of serving families in the Rolla community. This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home. For a business to be successful for 95 years takes hard work, determination, respect, and compassion for the community and the families we serve. This year, Null & Son Funeral Home proudly celebrates our 95th anniversary. 95 years of providing the finest funeral service, always at an affordable cost. It has been our honor to serve your family.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Why are they not reporting on this group the more that you just brought up? Why are they not reporting on the fact that you have 2 Democratic members of Congress that are supporting an anti-Semitic movement at its core that actually, as Melissa pointed out earlier, seeks the elimination of Israel? And what's interesting is one of the opinion editors for the New York Times, Barry Weiss, mentioned this yesterday, that the media is absolutely giving a free pass to the Democratic Party. So if you want to look at media bias, this is yet another example of how the media does not call attention to some of these issues on the left.
KKID Salem.
All right, we're back on the show, and Stan did his great spot. That was a great spot you just did.
Well, thank you.
And that way we can stay legal. You know, we're all about being legal on this show. Obama, did you know this, Stan? Obama stopped enforcing immigration laws back in 2010, and we're only finding it out now from a whistleblower, and that means a lot of illegal aliens got released in this country without having to wait for anything. 64, and because of that, 64% of the arrests are from, in this country, I think it was the last year, are from illegal aliens.
Right.
64%. Wow, that's crazy. And so this invasion thing, I guess this idea about letting people in the country, I think they foresaw that blacks and Latinos, I don't think they saw Latinos getting wise to this, but they are. I mean, there's upwards of, Trump is approaching actually about 50% of support from the Latino community, where once they were down like below double digits. They were down, 8-7%, and now he's gaining real well amongst the black community. They're figuring this out after 8 years of Obama and many years of not having anything done in the black community. All of a sudden, many of them have jobs. The lowest unemployment rate in the history of blacks in this country. The lowest unemployment rate in the history of Latinos in this country, and very close to the lowest unemployment rate amongst women in this country. People got more dollars in their pockets from jobs. They have their pride back. They don't have to live off food stamps. Food stamps have gone down millions and millions and millions, and people have pride. They don't have to live off the government. They can live the American dream. That's how you put socialists away, because they don't think capitalism can do it. Well, it's so unfair. Well, you know what? Life is unfair, and it's not unfair in the way you think. There's a billionaire out there right now. He's probably about in his mid-40s, and he's saying, I wonder. Now, everybody says I'm lucky because I was not a good student. I was dyslexic as a kid, and they all said I was lucky that I became a billionaire. Well, I wonder about that. So what he did was he went to Erie, Pennsylvania, and this is an ongoing thing. He had $100 with him, and that's it. And he had no contacts there, none. And he's out there seeing if he can create $1 million company in 90 days. Very interesting. He was on Stuart Varney yesterday, and I kind of watched it, and I watched the original of how he started this and how he had to measure, what does he do? Does he stay at a hotel? He's got $100, period. Nothing else coming in. He's bought some, what's that cheap noodle stuff?
Ramen
noodles and stuff like a college kid would do. I used to buy 12-cent cans of soup. It was always pretty good, Yeah, but he has nowhere to stay. So instead of, he stayed one night in a hotel, and then he's staying in his truck, and it's cold out.
My gosh.
So I know. Let's see how this turns out. I think I know who this is, but I think we need to play her song. Hit it, Stan.
Play my song.
Yes. Sing in. Come on. Sing with us.
Sing with us.
Make me a match. Find me a find. Catch me a catch.
Matchmaker, look through your book and make me a perfect
match.
Matchmaker, I'll bring the veil. You bring the groom,
slender and pale.
Bring me a ring, for I'm longing to be
the envy of all I see.
Papa, make him a scholar.
Papa, make him rich as a king.
For me, well, I wouldn't holler if he were as handsome as anything. Matchmaker, make me a match.
Find me a find, catch me a catch.
Night after night.
Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is passionate about making love great again. Author, speaker, star of TV, radio, blogs, running against Nancy Pelosi in 2020, and the matchmaker to the Dave Weinbaum Show, DeAnna Lorraine. Wow, that's all the way. That's up in Pelosi territory right there. That's from San Francisco. I think even the homeless are clapping for you out there. How you doing? By the way, do you like your men slender and pale?
I do not like my men slender and pale.
You like them tall and big, right?
I prefer that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My type.
All right. Well,
it
It doesn't have to be that way, but yeah, I mean, I like a little bit on the bigger side because I feel like I've got such a powerful personality, and I don't want to be like, swallowed up by someone I feel like is too small, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't want to be. Wait a minute.
Wait.
I don't understand. So repeat that. Did you say you don't want to be swallowed up by somebody that's too small?
Yeah. What I mean is or I swallow him. That's the opposite.
Oh, okay. So it's a lot of pity.
It makes me feel more feminine.
It's, in other words, it's pity for us short people. Well, thank you very much for that. Like, you're tall. Give me a break. Hey,
I know. Wait a minute. And I'm all of 5 foot.
My wife fights to opine here.
I don't understand why you're even putting yourself in there.
Okay, because
you tell them.
Because I'm interviewing her and I'm interested in her.
Yeah, well, I was listening and I caught you.
Do you think I was flirting? Is that what? Are you accusing me of flirting with this beautiful woman?
You are not a candidate.
Who you are more beautiful than.
You are off the list.
I'm in trouble now, DeAnna. I'm in trouble.
Sorry, DeAnna.
Hey, why is Trump gaining support with blacks, Latinos, and women if he is such a misogynist, racist pig? How's this happening?
Because he actually is improving the lives of all Americans, blacks, minorities, women, etc. He's improving their lives. He's getting them into jobs. He's getting the unemployment rate down. He's actually putting more money into their pockets. This is happening. And he's done more for actually the black community and for women than most other presidents ever had. So it doesn't matter what color your skin are or what skin is, what gender you are.
But
he's improving the lives of all Americans.
He couldn't have done better for blacks and Barack Hussein Obama, could he?
Of course he could. All Barack Hussein Obama did was destroy them and separate and divide them and whip them up into anger, to be angry at white people.
Now, here's the most important thing. How about the Italians? How do they feel about Trump? You know? All right, first we got the Italians. Come on, Sicilians. Yeah. How did they think about Trump? Let's hear from Sicilian moment here. See what happens. I have no idea what this is. I put the pay in patriarch. Forget about it. Yeah, my son, he forgot about it. He says he's the patriarch of the familia now, and that kind of bothered me. I said, what are you doing? He said, well, I'm the patriarch of my family. I said, well, where do you think you come from? What was I to you? You're my papa. Yeah, that's the first. That's the first letters out of patriarch. You dummy. You Putz. I call my son Putz, and he answers to it. Anyways, he's a good kid. He's a good kid. And I forget about it. He's a great kid.
Yeah, he is.
So what is the Italian opinion? Well, he's got Rudy Giuliani working for him as a lawyer. So what do Italians? I know you represent all Sicilians and Italians. What do they think about him?
Well, they love Trump. I mean, most Italians are smart, okay, and they're business savvy, and they can tell a good deal when they see one. And they are someone that, of course, likes Trump because he is a good businessman. He takes risks. The risks usually pay off. And when they don't, then he chooses a different route and a different strategy, but he never gives up. He puts our country first and our well-being first, and our economy is booming. So how could anyone with any good business sense not love what he's doing?
Well, that's a good point. I'm going to throw you off a little bit here. I had a meeting here a week ago Thursday. This person comes in, and it's like a 6'8" person wearing a dress, and the person had shaved and had long hair and sat down, and he was like, we were rehearsing the show, right? And he introduced himself or herself as one of my listeners. He was transgender, all right?
Yeah.
And when we shook hands a couple times, he nearly broke my hand, and he wasn't even trying, I could tell. The first show I had on this station, he or she called the show and said, "What are you doing to my rock and roll?" And if I had known the size of this guy and how strong he was, I might have just left the studio and ran. But huge guy, and we had a big talk about being a transgender. I think that's what he or she calls himself. Right. And it was a very interesting conversation. So with that in mind, he says he was born with an extra DNA, some extra DNA chromosome, and his mother didn't take care of it or whatever, like you're supposed to do. I don't know how that works. He didn't think of it as his as an appropriate choice for him. He's sort of forced into it, he said. But he's a funny guy and funny gal. I don't know how to handle that. So
what did he look more like?
Huh?
What did he look more like, a gal or a guy?
No, he looked much more like a gal, but he was dressed in a dress.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm talking about this gal was, all muscle, 200. He's a wood
butcher.
Wood butcher. He calls himself the wood butcher, or herself the wood butcher, and strong. And it was just an interesting conversation because I was curious.
Yeah.
Nice guy, too. Yeah, nice guy. Seemed like a nice guy. Yeah. Nice gal. See, we could get into trouble, Steve.
Yeah, I don't do the political correctness. So.
Anyways, what is the drag syndrome? What is that?
Well, this is really sad. This is just an absolute abuse of children, if it isn't already enough. But drag syndrome is a new show that's going to be airing, and a new... like an act. It's going to be going on tour, kind of like a circus act. I guess that's a perfect way to describe it. And it's taking children with Down syndrome and autism, and putting them in drag king and queen shows, and having a competition like Dancing with the Stars sort of thing, but for drag king and queen children with Down syndrome. And then it's a competition. So, and then it's going to tour all over America, apparently, and I think it is the most disgusting thing to take advantage of. Kids are already, able-bodied minded kids are already very vulnerable to this kind of mental confusion because their brains are still shaping and forming, right? Their brains are like sponges, so they're highly influenced by different kinds of things. And if you tell them, hey, you can try on a different gender every day, they're likely to do it and be very confused by doing that. But then you take someone who has Down syndrome, and it's taking it to a whole new level of abuse and vulnerability of their mind. I think it's abominable. It's absolutely disgusting.
I asked him about that. I asked
you put an end to it.
the wood butcher about that, and I think he was against that. Utilizing little children like that. So,
a lot of conservative. There are a lot of conservative gays and transgenders, and I happen to be friends with a transgender who loves Trump.
There you go.
And she absolutely is very conservative minded, and yet. There are people that maybe they really were born in the wrong. They feel like they were born in the wrong body, and they've taken action. But they certainly do not think they're very against children having this kind of transgender curriculum pressed on them. They think it's disgusting. They think it's a shame that they would have wanted to grow up in the normal way.
Sure,
but but this is just the life that they chose, or they felt like they had to. But they don't want this pressed on children. And I, as a candidate running against Nancy Pelosi, am very against this. I think we all, as Americans, as sane Americans, need to put an end to it, and we need to speak up about it.
Absolutely.
I am proposing, and you could go to DeAnnaForCongress.com, I am proposing a Protect America's Children Act. Yes, this is an act that when I beat Nancy Pelosi, and when I get into Congress, I will be proposing an act that will put an end to this LGBTQ, transgender, and inappropriate sexual and abortion material being presented in schools, and having parents have the choice of opting out their children when questionable material is being presented.
I love it.
We need to have morals and gender and sex being taught by loving parents in the home, not by proud Planned Parenthood and not by radical leftist teachers.
Now,
end of story. Boom.
That's
mic
right.
drop.
Yeah.
Now, DeAnna, as you know, and I think I know that you know this, I'm a man, yes, a short man. So what? And I'm
You're a big man.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that.
She met you.
So shush. This isn't shut her mic down, will you? So you were in Chicago and you gave a speech to what men, and so what great issues did you solve in Chicago that is going to make men better and make America's future better?
I'm actually really excited. I'm going to be most likely back.
Wait, newsflash. You were in front of an audience of Chicago men and you got excited?
Yes. And I'm going to be backed by probably the National Coalition of Men, the National Parenting Organization, Fathers' Rights Organization. There's so many organizations that are ready to back me because I'm really the first political candidate that is talking about these issues openly.
Great.
And we need to talk about men's rights. We need to talk about fathers' rights. We need to talk about, when I get to Congress, I would propose a 50-50 shared parenting presumption in the event of divorce. And we need to talk about revisiting no-fault divorce laws that unfairly affect men. So these are the things that I was talking about, and also the fact that, mass shootings are constantly being blamed by men and toxic masculinity when the root of the problem is not being addressed. And the root of the problem really is a lack of real masculinity in the country and lack of fathers and strong male role models in our country.
That's
said. What's causing this toxicity and what's causing these reactions.
Said.
When nobody's talking about, but we need to talk about the epidemic of fatherlessness.
Yes.
And that's what I'm excited to talk about on a public platform.
That's the main thing. I actually got in to see Justice Clarence Thomas in 1993. Just after he was voted barely as a Supreme Court justice. And he was very friendly, and everybody hated him because of the Anita Hill thing. I mean, it was like, I was amazed that I not only got into his office, I thought it would be maybe just a photo op. We sat down and talked for almost an hour during a break while the Supreme Court was in session. And I said, what do you do about this in the, it's 1993, what do you do about all these killings and stuff? And he says, I don't know. This is a fatherless problem. He says, I had a problem. My father sent me to live with my grandfather, and he straightened my ass out. Okay? Yeah. And that's what's going on in the hood. He says, the only thing I can think of is get more of them in the Army so they learn discipline, respect, loyalty.
Yes.
He says that's the only thing he could come up with. Now, Lisa Milano, she's almost proud of killing 2 of her own babies via abortion.
Yes.
And she wants others to do the same. What do you think of that?
I think it just speaks to her sick state of mind and the fact that she is pushing that, she's impressing that on lots of women everywhere and girls, young girls who look up to her. But, if she really thinks that this has made her life better by killing babies, then should I just go kill my neighbor because they're kind of inconvenient and annoying me sometimes? What kind of message does this send to our country when something's inconvenient, you get rid of it, and then all of a sudden your life is better? It's very selfish. It's all about me, and it's not family-focused.
It had nothing to do with her body, had nothing to do with medical issues. It's just so she could feel better about her life. You kill your children so you can feel better about your life. I just don't get that. Another subject, Fredo. Can you say that word Fredo now if you're Italian?
Yes.
Alfredo Cuomo. How about that if we put a little Alfredo in there? Alfredo Cuomo pointed out how other presidents have aged over the same time Trump has been in office, and that Trump has not aged at all, therefore he must not care. What do you think of that?
I think it's fabulous. He's just comedy gold at this point.
He wasn't joking. That's the weird thing about it. He was being serious.
I know. I think it's fantastic. Just keep it coming. Keep feeding the beast. The fact that Trump does care and he's passionate about these issues, I think but he's doing it in a positive way. And he's winning. I think that winning energy and that passion that he has is what makes you find the fountain of youth. That's why he looks so young. But when you're old, you're hateful, you're focused on division, and you're angry and miserable, that's what ages you faster.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Okay, so DeAnna, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where you are prominently displayed, where can people find and contribute to you?
Definitely go to my Twitter, which is constantly moving and shaking, DeAnna T. Lorraine, and go to my YouTube, my Facebook. I just opened up my new Facebook page, DeAnna for Congress, so check that out. And then, of course, go to DeAnnaForCongress.com, where you can see all my platform, my policies, and donate to me or help participate in my exciting campaign that's just kicking off.
Now, DeAnna, I had mixed response to this, so I'm going to do it again in front of you. How do you know a conduit has stamina?
Someone says I can donate. I don't know what.
No, you know, a conduit has stamina because it conduit all night long. Now, how was that? All night long.
That's good. I
did it again. My wife was shaking her head, and all night long. All right, DeAnna, enough of this frivolity. Thank you so much for being a star again on the Dave Weinbaum Show, and you have a great weekend. All right.
You too.
Thanks.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. You know what I did? I got to confess. I put the same joke on both of the pages.
I noticed that, yeah.
Why don't you tell me? And so I said, well, what do I do? I could have had another joke in there, but I kind of, all right, well, let's do this. I thought it was a pretty good joke. So let's see the response I got from that one. It was pretty similar.
It was kind of funny because you normally never forget anything. So
all right, we got one thing I like about Dr. Amy, who's coming up next, is I never have to remind her. She's probably listening right now, saying, "That's right." She is sitting there she's watching every second that
Dr. Amy
ticks away.
Oh yeah.
And she'll be like a minute early. So I think we need to take a break right now. We don't have to worry about her calling early or late or anything like that. And watch, when I say this now, I'll put a hex on her and she'll forget about it. Right? She'll be like a Sicilian. She'll forget about it.
It would be funny if Elon called her right before the top of the hour and kept her on the phone.
No, she would do it. She'd hang up.
She'd blow up.
She'd go crazy. She's kind of like a person that's obsessed. I think we need to talk about that. So anyways, call the show, 573-364-4433. Make yourself available to win an amazing backwards MAGA hat and $35 McDonald's gift card, all right? Get it off your chest.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated. Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, food equipment repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
Wow, Marianne, it's been another busy day here at Miller Glass.
Yes, it has, Kathy. Our auto glass guys have been rocking.
Yes, they have. Rock chips, windshield replacements, and regulators.
Yeah, and don't forget that we also do headlight restoration and side view mirror replacements.
Remember, there is no job too big or too small for the Miller Glass Auto team.
And we also have mobile service. At Miller Glass, we install it all.
The strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The all-new 2019 Silverados have arrived at Fairground Auto Plaza. Get 0% APR for 72 months or $9,015 in total value on the all-new 2019 Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71 for well-qualified buyers with GM financing. Check out everything Fairground Auto Plaza has to offer. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla for full details. Chevy, find new roads.
If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050. Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Representative Tlaib wrote a letter to Israel appealing their decision to ban them, saying, please give me this chance to see my grandmother. It might be the last chance I have. And that she agreed in that letter, which she signed, to abide by Israeli restrictions and not promote the boycott while she was on her trip. The Interior Minister of Israel approved that request. He granted her access after originally they took it away. But then something interesting happened. That same day, Representative Tlaib turned down that offer, the offer that she had initiated, and said she will not be going to Israel under those conditions which she originally agreed to. Why, even though Israel eventually came around and granted her request, her letter was convincing to the Interior Minister that she denied the request to go in the end. In response, Israel's Interior Minister wrote on Twitter that apparently her dislike for Israel is stronger than her love for her grandmother.
How true?
Yep.
I mean, they called her bluff. She was thinking to herself, you know what, I'm really going to stick it to these bastards. I'm going to put my grandmother out there that I really want to visit her. And I'm going to say as nice of things as I can say, never expecting that Israel's officials would grant her that wish because, well, they are. We are a people that are forgiving. We are a people that are human. We are a people that want to help others. We want to be a light to all nations. That's what it says in the Torah. It wants us to be a light to all nations. Well, how can we be a light to all nations if we don't do some good, even for our enemies at times? Okay, and she doesn't get that, and she just completely blew it. She blew all the facade. She had alligator tears coming down her face when she said that. So, what the hell? So you couldn't take a couple days off and see your grandma? And you couldn't take a couple days off from destroying Israel? That's amazing to me, all right? So anyways, we're back on the show. Dr. Amy's going to be here on time. And as I say that, who the hell knows? Now something will happen. This is a big story. And I heard it just last night come on the Marsha McCallum show. She kept this guy on. His name is Patrick Byrne. I think it's Patrick. He resigns as the CEO of Overstock.com. All right? And he tells a story that he got mixed up in the hoax, the Russian hoax, and was given orders by FBI's Peter Strzok to involve himself as a spy and lover to the female Russian spy that was trying to get a meeting with the Trump organization. Well, I mean, he didn't go into a lot of details, but he actually resigned from a company that's I believe it's on the New York Stock Exchange, all right? And there's more coming. He says there's more coming. He couldn't tell a lot of details. He says he never slept with the gal. He pretended to, but he didn't do it. And there's more coming from Attorney General Barr and John Durham. This is very interesting stuff. Why would they do this? Why did Peter Strzok have this guy do it. Who did he get his instructions from? Allegedly, it's from the Obama administration. Somebody in the Obama administration. Exactly. Maybe even Obama himself.
Very possible.
The next couple of weeks are going to be fascinating. San Francisco renames convicted felons as justice-involved persons.
Yeah.
Wow. And now officially, there are no offenders or addicts. Feeling safe there in San Francisco? Amazing. 130,000 homeless throughout the California state. And Governor Newsom wants more of the same. All right? Amazing. Did you know that milking cows is a sexual assault?
Oh, my God.
Did you know that?
No.
I think it's utterly ridiculous.
I do, too.
But it's some Sunny Women's group or something like that said it. So if you milk a cow, you are sexually... I mean, what if you get written permission? Think about that.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, it's incredible. I think they're serious, too. And they're also serious about setting thermostats from 78 to 82 for normal, and then 85 when you're sleeping. What? 85. I assume they're talking about on days that are cold.
Yeah.
Or days that are hot. Days that are hot, even. And that you keep your windows open all night and then shut in the cold air in the morning, just to save a few shekels on your air conditioner. That's what'll happen if a lib gets elected. They'll pass laws like that, and they will enforce them.
Well, they want us to leave our windows open too, so people can sneak in the house and Anyway, we got Dr. Amy coming up, right?
Yes, we do. All right, go ahead.
Now, if you feel that you can't go on, because all of your hope is gone, and your life is filled with much confusion, until happiness is just an illusion, and your world around is crumbling down, darling, reach out. Come on, girl, reach out for me. Reach out. Reach out for me. I'll be there with the love that will shine for you. I'll be there with the love that will see you through.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as I was bragging about, you will be so much on time. Anyways, yeah, right, all right. I don't want to hear your excuses. Bad boss expert, pixie pacer, mirror aficionado, singer, author, motivational speaker, and the official shrink to Stan Hines. I mean, the Dave Weinbaum Show, Dr. Amy Cooper Hakim. Okay, let's hear your excuse. Is it the wrong number?
No, I have the right number, but it won't go through. I normally call from a landline to have better connection, and it wasn't working. I kept getting the wrong number, so then I just dialed it directly from my cell, and it went through. Really strange.
Do you know that's why there are no phone books in China?
They'd all be the wrong number, wouldn't they?
Yes, that's right. They're all the wrong number.
Dr. Amy, I told him, I said, I bet Elad calls her right at the last minute. Keeps her on the phone.
No, you are absolutely, and I hate to say this to you because you are a practicing psychologist who, you're kind of obsessive about being right on time.
I like to be on time because when I'm with my family, inevitably one of the children is delaying us. So when it's just me alone, I can get there on time, and I'm proud of that. So
okay.
I like to try to always do
so
that.
do you consider me like one of your children, maybe, that you have to do the same thing so that I'll answer the call on time and all that other stuff? Hey, let's talk pep talks. What's the best way to get your team to win if it's halftime and you're down? And that's a business. We can assign that to businesses too. It's a metaphor for business as well and life.
Sure. I mean, you have to understand the makeup of the team And some people like to have only positive type talk, and others benefit from a little bit of the tougher discussion. People who have true grit, or people who are true, really into their field, or really believe that they want to make themselves as good or as great as they can be, they're looking for the critique. They want to know what they can do better or what they need to fix in order to be successful, but we have to be careful not to be too negative so as to derail an effort. It's got to be that finesse, which really good leaders have and are able to, it doesn't have to be that special sandwich type of feedback where you say something nice, say something critical, and say something nice again. When you're in the heat of it, you got to get right down and dirty and say, this is what we're doing wrong, and if we need to fix this or else. But it needs to be said in a way that is constructive as opposed to destructive.
That's very interesting, and I'm trying to remember halftime talks and all that stuff. Darn if I can remember much about them. But I'm the kind of guy. I like people to give me a little advice once in a while, and let me go and just let me do my thing. And if they think that I'm done wrong, then talk to me a little bit. But mostly freedom. I like the freedom to experiment and to do things on my own with a little bit of guidance, not a lot.
I think it depends on how much you look up to your leader. Because, yes, at the end of the day, effective leaders are able to empower their team so that they can work together to get this amazing initiative done or to win the game if it's a sports team. But if we truly value the expertise of the person who's coaching or guiding us, then we're going to want to know, what did we do right and what should we improve to do better? And so my daughter loves to sing. Mm-hmm. And so when she gets off the stage, she will inevitably come to me, and even though people say, oh, it was so beautiful, so nice, she will ask me, what did I do right, and what should I improve the next time?
That's great. See, that's the kind of attitude. What do I do, Stan, after every interview, after every segment? What do I ask?
You ask if it went well. Yeah. Or if it sounded good.
Yeah, and if you say anything critical, I come over there and punch you in the nose.
No, you listen and adjust.
Right, exactly. I listen and I adjust because I can't judge myself while I'm performing. Can you, Dr. Amy? Can you judge yourself while you're performing? I think it's going good sometimes, and it's not. Other times, I think it's going bad, and it really isn't.
Adrenaline.
Huh?
Yeah, we run on adrenaline during the actual moment. But when we can take a step back, there might be a second while you're actually performing where you say, oops, messed up, or wow, I recovered here.
Yeah.
And you'll make that mental note and discuss, you may even say to Stan, hey, I messed up here, did you notice? Or, oh, wow, that technology glitch really had us over. Wow, we came back from it because of that. And so I think that if we're able to really assess ourselves and be honest, it's very helpful. But we have to be so careful because it gets back to taking emotion out of the situation. If we put our egos on the line, then our egos are going to be hurt. If Stan doesn't say you did well or start off by that, you may go, what's up? What do you mean? Right? So we have to we have to say no, but I do want to know.
And I do it in that spirit too. I want to know if he's got any suggestions. And I don't want him to just say it rotely that everything was great. I want him to say, well, I think you could have been a little bit better there and a little bit better there. Of course, if he does, I'll find another director, but no, I won't. He's the best. He's the best.
You want a piece of me?
Yeah, you want a piece of me? I do this show standing up in case he comes after me, so I have a head start. We both got we both we both got bad knees, and it's it would take us like 20 minutes to get to the door, and it's about 30 feet away. Who said we must respect ourselves before we can expect others to do the same? Who said that?
I
did. Let's face it, and this is from me, sometimes you have to put your foot down to get a leg up. So can you comment on that, please? Comment on what you say there. That you gotta, respect yourself. What does that mean?
Well, I think we have to put forth into the world what we hope to get back. And so if we aren't treating ourselves with respect, if we are putting ourselves down continuously, if we don't walk with our head held high, if we are using negative self-talk, talking to ourselves or about ourselves to others and putting ourselves down, then we can't necessarily expect other people to show us respect. But if we treat ourselves with respect and we then demonstrate respectful behavior toward others, then likely will be a mirror type reaction where other people will in turn, be respectful back. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I have a funny story. Do we have time?
What's that?
Do we have time for a funny story? Yes, we do.
Of course we do, always.
Okay.
Steve, give me another half an hour.
Okay, so I am, overall a pretty positive individual, like just my nature. And I was, this is rather embarrassing, but I was on an escalator. I think I was with my mom, in the mall, and we were going down the escalator, and I saw this really nice person smiling at me, and so I, of course, smiled back. And I told my mom, gosh, they're so friendly. And my mom looked at me, she's like, that was you. There was a mirror.
That's funny.
And that leads to the other story about why you are a mirror aficionado.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
No, but it really is true. We see something positive, and then we in turn are positive. And so I'm not saying the world is all peaches and roses, but when we're able to project that, we do get it back.
I'm going to be a little bit of a contrarian on what you said about respecting ourselves, because if Rodney Dangerfield respected himself, he never would have had a comedic career like that. Let's face it, he got no respect, and he made a fortune saying that. Rodney Dangerfield is.
Okay, but do you think behind closed doors that he truly feels that about himself?
No,
right?
I was sort of kidding.
But I think that's there's a persona that a lot of people reflect, and sometimes putting themselves down is just the standard, and I don't think that that's what we should do. I think we should, respect ourselves if we're expecting that from others.
Here's my take on it, because I had a lot of trouble expressing myself earlier. And my thought is that I really didn't have a lot of respect for my abilities. But after a while, I just had to keep on trying. I finally decided as an adult to keep trying until I saw if I could do this. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't respect myself other than the fact that I was going to try this and keep working on it and see if I could do it. So that's a different take on what you said.
Yeah, I mean, the end result is either going to be, hey, I understand that I'm capable of this, or you know what, this isn't my strength, and I'm not willing to put in the effort to make this something that I'm going to be successful at. So sometimes if we have this innate ability, we may be able to move forward and be successful right away without necessarily even trying or looking like we are. But some things that we really, really work hard for, and those things that maybe have those sweetest rewards, are those things where we actually have to put in so much effort, and we have to demonstrate grit and resilience and eventually reach that peak, but it takes us a while.
Well, here's what I discovered. I discovered that, while I really didn't have time to do a lot of the things, like stand-up comedy, I did that. But I discovered that I could do a lot of this stuff, and with practice, I could become pretty good at some of it. And so that was a real benefit to me in my life. And I would say out there to people, keep trying different stuff. Keep trying it. The secret to a rich life is to have more beginnings and endings. Mm-hmm. All right? And just keep trying. And you'll find sometimes that you've got a talent that if you hadn't done anything about it, you would be buried in the grave with that talent. Mm-hmm. So there you go. A little serious.
Definitely.
All right, who said?
I agree.
Who said? No, pay attention, please. Who said? Let's listen actively so our response furthers future dialogue. That's tough to say. Furthers future dialogue. Also, listening aggressively is respect for the person talking. Now, you said the first part of that, didn't you?
I thought so.
Yes, you did.
The last part?
Yeah, I added something on, and I didn't. I gave you credit for it, so you might as well have said that too. I'm giving that to you. I'm putting words in your mouth.
That's funny.
So let's listen actively so our response furthers the future dialogue. And I couldn't agree more with that. Give me an example of that.
Well, so we have to, listening actively is different than just hearing. if I hear your words, the words are going in my ear and I know you're talking. But if I'm listening, I'm truly listening, and I'm listening actively, so meaning I'm participating in this whole listening experience, then I'm actually paying attention to the specific words, and I'm not just thinking of my retort. I'm actually digesting what you're saying before responding. And so when we do that, then we have a healthy dialogue and we move the conversation forward. And that can help with negotiations and just basic interaction with others.
And also visibly looking as if you are listening to somebody aggressively is respect for the person that's talking. Isn't that so?
Well, I mean, I think if we are appearing to be aggressive when listening,
okay.
I'm not sure.
Wait a minute. No, looking at a person and really focusing on that person,
right, so
looking into their eyes and showing that we are interested in what they're saying. I don't mean aggressively. Why would you assign me to being aggressive? I don't understand that. Now I'm really going to... I'm going to have to see my other shrink. Am I too aggressive? No.
More sitting on the edge of your seat.
And the worst part about that is I got to pay that person. All right.
But positive body language.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting in front of someone
Yes.
and your eyes are locked on theirs,
Yes.
or if you're sitting across from them and you lean in a bit,
Yes.
it shows that you're interested
Right.
and intense. I think the word is intensely as opposed to aggressively.
Yes, okay.
Right. So we want to be very, very concerted and conscious in our approach, our body language. We want to show that we are directly listening, but sometimes it can be really intimidating if you're like in someone's face. So you got to respect their boundaries, but show them that direct eye contact and lean in a bit, and just make sure that you're right there. Don't cross your arms. That's something that a lot of people do, whether they're cold or that's just their stance. But when you cross your arms, you're in a dialogue. It definitely appears a little bit more negative.
I heard that from my lawyer told me that it's when you put your arms up like behind your head, and that's showing disdain. But it was okay to fold your arms. So ask your husband about that. Is that a legal difference between you and the legal world, psychology, and the law?
Well, it says you're bored if you cross your arms. Right? I mean, that's the way I look at it.
Bored shows, I thought it showed a little bit of antagonism myself. Hey, other than Dave Weinbaum, we're going to leave that one. Other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you?
My website is amycooperhakim.com and cooperstrategicgroup.com. I have my book, Working with Difficult People, sold anywhere books are sold. It's also an ebook and audio format. And I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Amy Cooper Hakim.
Hey, Dr. Amy, did you hear about the apple that was fired?
No.
Yeah, he came to work sauced. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Amy Cooper Hakim calling all the way from Boca Raton. Thank you so much. Hi to Elad and the kids. Shabbat Shalom, my friend.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. Take care.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. She's always a hoot. Okay, so she said, okay, I get it. You did it 8 times already. Break. I get it. I see the clock. Right. The clock is in front of me. We have 2 breaks to go.
Yeah.
I get it. All right. So you telling you is this your sign language? I'm just glad you're using more than one finger. That's all I can tell you.
This week I will.
I get it. Now I lost my train of thought. Thank you. You can't do that to the host. You can't make him lose his train of thought.
Runaway train.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Oh, man.
It's a runaway train, Dave.
Runaway train. It's a Trump train is what it is. All right, Joe, we're going to be right back because Stan has now bullied me out of my thought. Call the show. We're going to have the contest pretty soon. Lisa's lining it up, as I can see. Call 573-364-4433 and get it off your chest.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated. Incorporated.
Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
Sydney's would like to thank all the hardworking people and businesses in downtown Rolla. The vision and investment of the downtown business owners is amazing, but the employees of the businesses are the real stars of downtown. They've created a wonderful atmosphere and provide service that's second to none. Businesses supporting other businesses. Sydney's wants to show their appreciation to everyone who's made downtown a great place to relax and invite everyone to visit downtown Rolla and enjoy the best food, drinks, shopping, and people in Missouri. Sydney's, 707 North Pine, downtown Rolla.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel & Henry Company. Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
The strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The all-new 2019 Silverados have arrived at Fairground Auto Plaza. Get 0% APR for 72 months or $9,015 in total value on the all-new 2019 Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71 for well-qualified buyers with GM financing. Check out everything Fairground Auto Plaza has to offer. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla for full details. Chevy, find new roads.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at the Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Well, it was just a few years ago that Utah Senator Mike Lee was a persistent critic of Google. In 2011, Lee grilled then CEO Eric Schmidt at a congressional antitrust hearing. Before joining the Senate, Lee pushed for a law that would have banned Google's largest source of revenue. That would be keyword-based advertising. Lee also egged on antitrust investigations of big tech and then accused the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, of going too easy on powerful companies, and good for him. But fast forward to today. Today, Mike Lee is one of Google's chief allies in Congress, maybe its biggest ally in the Republican Party. Lee has questioned whether Congress should even bother with antitrust investigations of tech companies. Lee has introduced legislation that would make it harder for the government to block corporate mergers. Lee has complained about the EU imposing fines on Google for its behavior. Lee even came on this program and told us that conservatives shouldn't worry about Google or other tech companies silencing conservative speech online.
Remember, Mike Lee is taking the side of jihadist Islamists who are trying to shut down what? They're trying to shut down the conservative voice in this country, and he's supposedly one of the voices. That's the question I have, is representing your state by getting all this money worth sacrificing the rest of the United States of America? Mike Lee, you need to answer that, because you know what you're doing. You're getting bought off. Okay, is it appropriate? Maybe. I don't know. I'd love to hear your argument. You're a smart guy. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is George from Rolla.
Oh, you're not Mike Lee?
No.
Okay. What can I do for you, George?
Well, I was just going to let you know that I've always thought of the higher up you get, the more crooked you are. And so...
Well, do you think Donald Trump is crooked?
No.
See, I don't either. And
well, see, he's as high as he can go. Plus, he's got money, so they can't buy him.
Right.
But you get these other guys that don't have anything, and they get offered a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And they go the other way.
And it's quid pro quo. They're getting paid for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For being crooked.
All right, George, you're
all the big boys want to get their pockets full.
George, you're in the contest. You know that? So listen up. In a couple minutes, I'll be announcing the winner of the fabulous McDonald's $35 gift card and the backwards MAGA hat, where you can confuse Trump haters. All right. Thanks, pal. And we're going to take another break here. No, we're not. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, my name's Scott. I'm calling from Raleigh.
Hi, Scott. What's up?
Not much, man. What's up with you?
I don't know, but you got to be quick because I got another break to do. I got 6 minutes.
I'm off topic a little bit, but I want to know who is ultimately going to be responsible for deeming John Doe unable and unfitting to receive or own firearms under the red flag law.
Who's going to be responsible? Well,
who is ultimately
the Congress people that passed this?
Yeah, well, I mean, what makes them? You know what I mean?
They're elected to do it. What gives them the power? They can do it. But we need to object.
I agree with that.
I agree with you that I don't agree with their ability to skirt the Second Amendment is very frightening, and we have to all object to it and open our mouths like you're doing today.
And that'd be just like me saying Dave Weinbaum don't deserve guns because I think he might go out and kill somebody. Although I know you wouldn't, but
right. I can't say that I can't say that I haven't thought about it, but no, never. No, I'm not a big. I mean, I have a gun. I mean, that's what it is. I'm armed.
Well, I think there's a lot of us that
I'm not dangerous. Am I, honey?
In that way.
Not that way. All right. Well, let's shut our mic off now because she might. Listen, I gotta go, George. Thank you so much. Keep listening, okay? Do I have another call?
That was Mike Lee calling. He said, as long as Hillary can do pay for play, he can.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Mike Lee.
I told him
how
we
about
didn't have much time.
putting your sorry took us on the show. All right, and go see Tucker. Get on his show. All right, we're going to take our last break now. Call the show 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
The Grand Mick Extreme Bacon Burger is one of McDonald's most popular burgers in Spain. To try one, you'd have to reprogram your GPS,
Recalculate it.
go to the airport, leave your car, buy a plane ticket, land in Madrid, and go to McDonald's.
Bienvenido a McDonald's.
Or you could hang that next left and get to your neighborhood McDonald's now. Because for a limited time, the juicy Grand Mick Extreme Bacon Burger and other worldwide favorites are here. Around the world is now around the corner at participating McDonald's for a limited time.
Fixing your computer should be as easy as learning your ABCs, right? Wrong. The easiest way to fix a computer is to take a hammer to it, but that doesn't fix anything. So go back to the ABC basics, or really just the A, like an A1 Tech of Rolla LLC. A1 Tech takes the stress out of repairs for you with quick turnaround on all electronic repairs. With mobile pickup and on-site services, including evening and weekends, A1 Tech will be sure to have you up and running as quickly as possible. Give them a call at 458-9175 or visit A1TechofRolla.com.
Have you ever gone to a car dealership where they tried to tack on a bunch of hidden fees to that low price? I'm Jeremy Shelton, General Manager at Taylor Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. You won't have to play 20 questions to look at our vehicles, and you won't have to worry about hidden fees either. We're your hometown dealer, and we'll do our absolute best to treat you right. Shop around and compare prices, but give us the opportunity to earn your business. Next time you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, come see us at Taylor Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located on South Bishop and Rolla, next to Mandarin Gardens, or online at TaylorChryslerRolla.com.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
So what happened? Why the change? Well, it's possible that Mike Lee just woke up one morning and decided that his previous views had been wrong. Maybe. And yet evidence compiled by the Google Transparency Project suggests There may have been other factors at play here. Starting in 2013, Google spent millions of dollars rolling out its high-speed internet service, Google Fiber, in both Provo and Salt Lake City, Utah. In 2015, Google hosted a high-profile fundraiser for Lee at its Silicon Valley law firm. The fundraiser got a lot of attention, so Google backed out. But the fundraiser itself went ahead, and Lee received a sizable donation from Google's Political Action Committee. Ever since that fundraiser and the money he took, Lee's interest in having the FTC investigate tech companies seems to have completely evaporated.
Okay, we got a lot. We got about 1 minute left, so I don't have time to do anything else. I got some great extras. I might just save them for next show. Here we go. Need a drum roll. The winner of the fabulous $35 McDonald's gift card and the backwards MAGA hat is Bridget Bruce from Bangor, Maine. Yeah, let's hear it for Bridget. Okay, you know how to reach me, don't you? All right. Auf Wiedersehen, my friend. All right, okay, what do we got left, Stan?
That's it.
That's it? All right. Thank you. Oh, we got 10 seconds or what?
We got 30 seconds.
Oh, okay, thank you. That's something, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right,
I mean, no more bits.
Thank you very much for listening to the show. I thought it was a great one. Thank you, Stan. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, my sponsors. Thank you, Steve, for allowing me to do this. And thank you, Jesse, for all the hard work he does putting everything together. We're going to be back with another edition of the Dave Weinbaum Show. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.